Hello, you exquisite individuals. How are we doing? How's it going? How's things treating you? Today, of all these wonderful days, the beginning of the week, the start where it begins, where it starts, where it kicks off, where it starts to happen, I have definitely started less than ideally. Actually, do you know what? Everyone was fucking great. Everyone was really, really good. Today was just one of those weird days where I'm like, I'm too fucking hot. I can't think straight. It's all good, but we're just going to take it nice and easy. And then I tried to book a car. I tried to hire a car, and it all went fucking downhill from there. But it doesn't matter because we're here now, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all okay. It's all grand and dandy. Now that we're here in this moment in time, this place, we're all grand and dandy. How are we doing? How's it going? Oh my lord, D&D and dice. D&D and dice. How you do? D&D and dice. Oh my god, that is quite the mouthful. You're a beautiful individual. Thank you very much for coming in and deciding to use your prime here, you beautiful being. I should now describe your name upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. Oh my lordy!
Most kind.
Let there be light.
I will get to you momentarily, you cheeky devil. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all those 6 little emotes. But the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh god, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. Razotter, I have just realized I don't have a new tier 3 mirror yet. I don't have a new tier 3 mirror yet. I'm gonna shop for one right now. But I will inscribe your name upon the tier 3 mirror of vein. By having your name upon the mirror of vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat. It's tier 4, as well you know. And of course you get access to all those sexy little emotes, but the most important thing, especially for you, you also get access to the tier 2 rich, no longer Richard emotes, the Pokemon emotes, and the tier 3 cursed emotes. But the most important thing for you is you got to roll over every morning. I'm going to use this one for a minute. You got to roll over every morning, look in the tier 3 mirror, tiny little tier 3 mirror, and go, God, oh, I wish they'd bring around cloning.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
3 months.
I wish they'd bring around cloning, so when someone said, go fuck yourself, I literally could. Ooh, harra, sexy, ooh, yes, meow. Not dead just yet coming in. I haven't even said hello to people. Oh, hold on. I'm a minute and bitter. We're good, we're all right, we're okay, we're getting on. Cracking on, doing the thing, hold on. By having your name upon the mirror vein, you've just heard it, but I'll say it all again, nice and quick. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not bum Snapchat. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy, ooh, yes, meow. You know? Oh my lordy. Can't believe it's been 3 months not dead just yet. I am perspiring already, and I've just made myself a nice hot cup of tea.
Mr.
What are the
Mime,
fucking...
Mime, Mr. Mime, Mr. Mime, Mr. Mime, Mr. Mime, Mr. Mime.
Thanks, fish pancakes. Thank you, cheeky duck. Thank you, Mr. Trilby. Oh my God, Mr. Trilby, you've caught me unawares. Excuse me. There we go. I'm a Newton bitter because my account is causing a bit of an issue. My bot is having an issue connecting. Okay, no, we're back. We're all right. We're okay. We're all right. I'm a Newton granted. Thank you very much, Nick Soy. Thank you very much. Where was I looking? I was looking for the channel rewards. I need to stop doing the... Not to show me the dono. Show me the paid subs. I need to disable that. Okay. And then I will refund your sub points, your channel points, Mr. Drillby. Because if you look down in the title of the thingy, I've started putting them there so that everyone knows exactly how far we are away from getting the 70-30 split Partner Plus section. So it's just so it's always there, and that way people don't have to like request it and stuff like that. It's just always there in the title. I don't even know how many. Like, let me have a look. We're at 135. Oh, I suppose that one might have changed. That might have changed. Oh. Now you've put me on the spot. Now you've put me on the spot. Confound thee! Putting me on the spot like this. What you like? What you like? No, it says it's still the same. Unless it's going to wait until thingy. Well, I was about to say, as of this point, it'll change tomorrow, I'm sure. Anyway, that's the scenario. That is the scenario. There you go. Are you changing the title automatically? No, so I'm just going to have to change it like every day because the stats update every day. It's basically the whole thing with the whole Partner Plus thing is great, and it is great, but there's no way of like, the only way of tracking it is like manually. Because I basically have to go into my like earnings analytics, go down to where it says paid subs, and find out what the subscriber points are from there. Like calculate out what the subscriber points are from there. You can't just find out what your paid subscriber points are, because it's not just overall subscriber points. Prime subs don't count towards it, and gifted subs don't count towards it. So it's just so frustrating. Small mirror. I'll buy a small mirror for the chat for the tier 3 subscriptions, you cheeky devils. You're cheeky individuals, but yeah, like it's a bit of a pain in the backside. Right, let me say hello to everybody because you're all beautiful beings and what have you. How's it going, Razotta? How you doing? Thought your modem was broken? No, not the modem, but my computer has been. Actually, do you know what? My computer's not been having issues. I've just been trying to do too much on it because I've been working on a secret side project, friends. Top secret. You're never going to find out about it, but it's a secret side project. Because I have realized, once again, that I work too much. I do too much workings. And, but the only way I can only...
subscribed. Most kind.
Roblit, you cheeky devil, thank you very much for coming in with the prime there, you beautiful bean. The only way I can kind of work my way around not about doing something creative that's just fun is if I can. You beautiful being, thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. It doesn't matter whether you promised. You still chose to come in and do this, you beautiful being. I met Rob Lee on Friday night. No, Saturday night. They were a glorious individual. We had a good natter, good chatette at genres engagement do. Your name is inscribed on the mirror vein, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil, and of course you get access to all the 6 little emotes, but the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror, go, God, I look rough, but god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? What was I saying? Can't remember. The MCA vibes, I wanted to listen this morning to Aesthetic Perfection, and therefore we were listening to Aesthetic Perfection. That's the way that worked, Nibirin. How you doing, Nibirin? How you doing? How's it going, Kissy Cat? Good evening, chat. Exactly. How's it going, Rosa? How you doing? Eris Ptolemy, hello, you beautiful being. D&D and Dice, you beautiful, glorious individual. Welcome on in. Runs into chat. Okay, walks. More flows. We like flow. I've got lots of flowy stuff going. Look at all of the flowy things going on today. I'm very warm. Oh, it's bloody humid. It certainly is. It certainly is. I am struggling. That's why tea will help, right? How's it going, Kale? How you doing? Eris Ptolemy, you glorious bean. Hello, hello. My lovelies may do a work and a lurk because housework has no brain space. That's entirely fair. No, that is perfectly fine. Do your thing. Do your thing. Today I've got a couple of things that I would like to talk about. If we end up talking about it, then that's great. I would also like to go through the September shit because I said I would, but if we don't do it today, then we'll do it on Thursday. It's not an issue. Not an issue, just to give everyone an update on what's happening.
Subscribed.
Captain Bambi's
There
Revenge.
once was man from Hull. His appetite was much less than dull. He sought out a thrill with the battery of a drill, and with eyes glazed found he was riding a bull.
I mean that is surprisingly accurate, actually. Surprisingly accurate. What is happening today? What is going on? Captain Bambi's Revenge, thank you very much for coming in for 36 months, 3 whole years. Good Lord. Good Lord. By having your name upon the mirror of Veiny means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh, God, I look rough. But God damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow, you know? I was talking about something, but now it's gone. Now, I don't know what it was. I was talking about something. Twitchy Witch, how you doing? How's it going? Fish Pancakes, hello, 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 you beautiful bean. I thought I recognized his voice in the song. Yes, that was Aesthetic Perfection. And today I'm just in a very gothy. Do you know what? Over the weekend, in fact, for about a week now, I've been in a very old school gothy mood. Like, I watched Dracula for the first time. Like, the OG Bela Lugosi's dead. Undead, undead, undead. Like, that Bela Lugosi Dracula. I'd never seen it before. First time I'd ever seen it. And it was interesting to see where it all originated from. Because technically speaking, the original was Nosferatu, but that's by and by. That was Nosferatu was the reason why like DMCA shit exists. Like it literally just took exactly the same story and just went, all right, we'll change it ever so slightly, even though it's exactly the same, and we'll put it on the cinema. Fuck it. Nah. So yeah, that's all a thing. That's all a thing that's going on and stuff. But yeah, I watched that for the first time, and then I watched on Sunday. I watched The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which was the first ever black and white horror movie, which was really interesting to see that's where it all started. With you can see where Tim Burton got all of his ideas from with The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Like, if I'd seen it in like this day and age and not realized it was like a 1930s, I'd been like, this is a Tim Burton movie. Because like all of the angular walls, all the weird, strange makeup, like yeah, it hugely influenced Tim Burton. Because yeah, it's like a 1931 movie or 1932 or something like that. How's it going, Shade Secrets? How you doing? Razor Bikini, welcome on in. Hope you're well. It's warm, it's toasty. I'm in a funny, odd brain space, but we're making the most of it, and that's the important thing. You know what I mean? One True Cripple, hello, BD and DSM. You know it. It is a mouthful. What can I say? I enjoy a good mouthful. You know, something I'm quite used to. D and D and Dice. I'm just gonna call you Dice. All right. I'm just gonna call you Dice. How's that? Is that all right? Is that okay? Found you a new game to try! Exclamation mark game suggestion. Exclamation mark game suggestion. Twitchy Witch. All of the games that we have are put on there. The only time we're not playing one is when we get sent a key, or there's a game that I really want to play that people are like not sponsoring me but giving me free keys to play. Like on Wednesday. In Wednesday we would be playing Poppy's Playtime, but we're not. This Wednesday we're going to be playing Ad Infinitum. Yeah, Ad Infinitum, which is like a brand new game that actually gets released on Thursday. Gets released on the 14th. But they sent us an early access key, so we're gonna. It looks very, very cool. It looks very, very cool. Very unnerving and peculiar and bizarre and what have yous, you know. Right, let me scroll down on that one and update on this one. That's better. That's better. Is that McSteffels' mirror? Did you bring it home with you? No, that one is just my makeup mirror, because as much as I do enjoy drawing on all the mirrors, I have to say that I do enjoy also putting my face on. You know, I do also enjoy putting my face on. At least it was unawares when you're not with your pants down, unless it was with consent, of course. Huh? What? What? What are you talking about? What? What's going on? What? What? I'm gonna be that guy, but you keep doing it. Eine Minute. 5 Minuten. 1 Minute, 5 Minuten. 5 Minuten. I will definitely get that wrong every single time. But fair enough. It's fine. It's all right. You people know what I'm talking about. I will definitely piss off anyone that speaks German here. It's fine, you know? So no, I won't be changing the title automatically. I'll just change it every stream so that everyone knows where we're at, you know? Unicorn Mom, hello, you beautiful bean. How's it going? That was the sound of the song at the start. Of Gods and Gold, that one. Painted Lady, hello, you glorious bean. I've just done some self-care, taking time to watch you and chill out. I appreciate that. I very, very much appreciate it. Thrills for frills. Exactly, exactly. How's a beautiful lady feeling now? She is on the mend. She is on the mend. Thank you very much, Painted Lady. It's been a bit of a week. Like, she's returned back to work after the summer holidays because she works term times. So she's returning back to work whilst having COVID. Yeah, it's been a bit of a fucking roller coaster. Unfortunately, she was too ill to come down this weekend, so I didn't see her this weekend, which was a bummer because, you know, I like to see her. I like to see her face. But it was, there's going to be weekends like that when, like, either I'm working too busy or one of us is too ill or other stuff. Like, there's going to be weekends where we can't see each other, unfortunately. But yeah, unfortunately, this was one of those weekends. As a result, that's what I was talking about earlier. I ended up doing this super secret side project, which I'm not going to tell. Like, you're never going to find out about it because it is literally completely thing. But basically, that entire project is a way that my brain can be happy with new creative endeavors without there being any pressure on it. It's basically my equivalent of a hobby. Yeah, that's actually a brilliant way of putting it. It's my equivalent of a hobby. It's a way that I can be like, do you know what? I'm still cracking on, going forward, pushing forward.
Panda to my ego. Panda to it. Panda to it.
Auntie Val, good to see you. Been busy and stuff lately, but I'm back //.
You're back? Woo! Glad to hear it. It's Zadine. I'm glad that you're back, you beautiful bean. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful time getting everything sorted, moving across to different places and doing the bits and pieces that you need to do. I'm glad that you're back, though. Have a I hope you're good. Hope thanks. Are you all now in and settled and stuff like that? Is that all good? Are you all in and settled and what have you? It's been a fucking odd year, so I like there's been a lot of people moving around, changing things in their lives and bits and pieces, you know. Captain Bambi's Rend, you beautiful bean, how you doing? Thank you very much for coming back for 3 years as well. That is wild, wild and outrageous, I tell you. But yeah, so I've got this side project now, which is the best way that my brain can go. Here is a creative endeavor that gives you an escape from all of the other shit that you are doing, that doesn't have any stress with it. So that's the reason why I'm doing it, is because it's like, okay, this is an entirely separate project. There is a project, so I can convince myself that it's like a worthwhile endeavor, as opposed to this weird thing that I've got going on in my head where it's like, if it's not work, it's not worth doing, you know, apart from McSteffels. So like it's like a side project that gives me that ability to be like, right, okay, I'm working on something, I'm working forwards towards something. There is an end goal, there is a game, there is a thingy, but there's no stress with it, because if it doesn't work or things don't get done on time or something like that, it's no big deal. It doesn't matter. There's no stress. It's just like, cool, if it gets done, great. If it doesn't, fuck it, whatever, you know. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not telling anyone about it. I'll tell you that I'm doing a super secret side project, but I'm not going to tell anybody about it, because if I do that, then it adds pressure, because it brings it into like the public eye. It brings it into a dynamic where I have to adhere to the expectations of people and shit like that. And I'm like, that's not what I'm about. That's not what this project's about. That's exactly what I'm about, but it's not what this project's about. This project is an escape for me. It's a way that I can just fucking disappear off and just be like, do you know what? This is my little escape area. This is a place for me to just let go. Be super creative. Be driven. Be like using all of the things that I know and I'm enjoying and I'm thinking, but it just gives me a little extra, and I'm fucking loving it. I've been doing it all weekend while McSeffels hasn't been here. And I've really enjoyed it.
Subscribe.
Really, really enjoyed myself.
Most kind.
Onyx Voyage, you beautiful being, coming back for 8 months. You glorious individual. I shall now inscribe your name upon the mirror vein. Ooh, cheeky. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh God, I look rough. But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know? You know? You beautiful individual. Right, where the fuck was I? My brain is so scattered. Got to keep going over it all because focus is somewhere else today. Yeah. Could be on the fuck me sofa. Could be in a pyramid. Universe only knows. Yeah, to be honest, yeah, my brain's been like that all day as well. My brain's been like that for a couple of days, but it's just been real. I don't know. I think it's the weather because it's so humid and muggy and close around my face. I'm wearing a very loose and airy top today. And like that makes it all a little bit easier. But I really wanted to goth it up. I'm feeling very goth. I'm feeling very, like I said, watch the old, what's it called? The Dracula. You know? Right, let me have a look at, get this whimsical fact going. Woo. All right. Where's my pipe? Hale redeemed a whimsical fact 15 minutes ago. A whole 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Good afternoon.
Calico Cobalt, how you doing, you beautiful being? I'll be back with you in 2 seconds. Let me just do this whimsical fact. Whimsical fact about sex. Did you know that a strong sense of smell can make you more orgasmic? A study was published in the Archive of Sexual Behavior that found that people with a more perceptive sense of smell had better sexual experiences. Women who had a better sense of smell reported having more enjoyable orgasms than those whose noses weren't as sharp. However, the study found that this wasn't actually linked to sexual desire or performance in the bedroom. This suggests that the heightened state of pleasure is triggered by body odors like vaginal fluid, sweat that those peoples can smell more easily. There you go. Now you know. Now you know. Thank you very much for that. Where was I? I was doing another Calico Cobalt.
Yeah, you subscribed.
Oh, my lordy.
Most kind.
Evening.
Calico Cobalt and Calandra, I should now inscribe here both of your names on the mirror vein. What is happening today? What is going on? It's like the middle of the month. I'm very confused. Both of your names have been inscribed on the mirror vein, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
Interruption. You know you missed me.
God damn it. God damn it, Dean. God damn it. God damn it. Where was I? By having your name on the mirror vein means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh God, I look rough. But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow, you know? Friends, in 2 minutes, there will be an advertisement. Just be aware, be prepared. Oh, my lordy. Eris Ptolemy has redeemed Shodono.
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
Did someone say Brad Train?
Nope. 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 That didn't happen. Nope. Nah. Not.
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
Ooh, a train. Let's touch it.
No, you don't need to touch it. Friends, you have already been far too kind. So far. In the last half an hour, you've been far too kind, all right? There's no need to be even more kind than you've already been, all right? You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. And with that in mind, I'm going to talk about the dono goal. Because I have to. Because there is Ptolemy redeemed show dono with speech, which means I need to talk about this. Yay! Friends, looks like somebody wants attention.
Brat train choo choo choo.
Don't you dare. How dare you? Mr. Trilby, thank you very much for the £5 super chat or hype chat or whatever the fuck they call it.
Pander to it. Pander to it.
Uni 100 consider it part of the super secret hobby project fund.
Ooh. I mean, that is a fun super secret hobby, I have to say.
You subscribe.
Onyx Void!
Most kind.
Onyx Void, thank you very much for giving us 5 community gift subs out there, you beautiful beast.
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
Hopping on the hype train.
You don't need to hop on the hype train. It's all right. We've got a very nice walk, a country walk you could go on instead and avoid all paying anything for the hype train, all right? Onyx Void, thank you very much for giving those subs to these wonderful individuals who I not call out just in case they're lurking. I'll now inscribe their names upon the mirror of vein. The first person. The second person. These are glorious people. The third person. Looks like somebody wants attention.
But what is Valen wearing today? I wonder.
It's a good question. The ad's about to start, so you're going to find out momentarily. All right? Hold on. The fourth person.
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
I've missed the brattiest of brat trains, the chat stream movement device, the best and most awesome way to harass Auntie Val.
I see you. I see you, Dean. You cheeky devil. And the fifth person. Where's the fifth? I need to get the fifth person in before the adverts. Oh, the adverts have already started. Shit. Right, okay, hold on. They're cool people. All of your names have been inscribed on the mirror vein, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all of...
you subscribed. Most kind.
8 months. Almost baby time, Valen. What shall the name be?
First of all, Nibirin, thank you very much for the €6 super chat, you cheeky devil. Mr. Psychic coming in as well for 9 months. Somebody wants attention.
I gotta touch
you. You don't have to touch it. Eris Ptolemy, you don't have to touch this. This isn't a thing you have to touch. All right? You cheeky devil.
Oh, you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
I thought you were already a follower, but okay. Thank you very much for following, you beautiful individual. I'll now inscribe your name, but you are subscribed for 9 months according to my list here, so it is baby time. It is baby time. What we're going to call our baby, Mr. Psychic? What we're going to call our baby? I should now inscribe your name on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Good God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow, you know? Friends, it is time for, while we're mid-hype train, this'll distract you. It's time for What is Valen wearing today? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and all genders outside and in between. It's time for What is Valen wearing today? Valen is gone.
Ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
Have you got to touch it? This is my name. Chaos and erections of steel.
You're interrupting me, Eris Ptolemy, as I'm trying to talk about my beautiful, beautiful frills. And now it's too late, because we've got to find out what else I've got on, all right? I'm wearing a lot of frills. I'm wearing a lot of frills today, friends, because I was feeling very goth. I was feeling extremely goth. Well, I got inspired by old school black and white movies, and I just couldn't help myself, all right?
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
I mean, it's really hot and wearing less usually helps, and these bits were just weighing me down.
Oh, were they? Those bits right there, Shade Secrets? Those bits that you could have kept in your pocket or put in a delightful tray on the bedside table. But no, you had to throw them at me. Thank you very much for the 100 little pandering. People, if you've been gifted a sub, please say a massive thank you to the person that's gifted that sub to you, the glorious Onyx Void. Came in and threw a whole load of subs out there. Thanks so much for all these wonderful hype chats as well. You beautiful beans, I appreciate you. Look at this. We are at 69% of level 4. All right? 69% of level 4. We don't need to touch it again. It is the perfect number. The perfect number. For the next 40 seconds, nobody touch it. Nobody ruin this for us. Okay? There is a joy of being at 69%. Okay? We don't need to touch it again. We're all good. We're all good, alright? Yeah, now? Get something a bit more interesting on. An escape called Escape First. Never even heard of that one. Don't have levels do on chat, but were quite tricky. Oh, interesting. How interesting, Twitchy Witch. That sounds intriguing. As much as Valen likes colouring in mirrors, Valen likes colouring his face. Most certainly. Most certainly, for sure. Friends, we did it! We hit the 69% and we left it there, which is really good because you people are outrageous for that shit, alright? You people are outrageous for throwing that, rolling it over when you don't fucking need to, you cheeky devils. Friends, if you've got hype emotes, hype train emotes, please throw them into the chat right now and say a massive thank you to those wonderful people that subbed, that gifted subbed, that threw all the cheeky little bees out there, that decided to donate via hype chat. I really appreciate it, you beautiful beings. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God damn it. I meant to talk about this, and I completely forgot to talk about it. But now that the hype train has gone, I feel really awkward talking about it. So I'm going to talk about it because I have to, because that's what is in the channel point redemption. However, none of you are allowed to donate. Okay, those are the rules. You've already been far too fucking kind to me. Not allowed to donate at all because you've already been too kind to me. All right? Okay, do we have a deal? I need somebody to say yes on behalf of the entirety of chat. Do we have a deal? Deal? Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mama Snow. Mama Snow has on behalf of chat, has agreed that nobody is going to donate, okay? Because you've already been far too kind. Thank you very much, Mama Snow. On behalf of the entirety of chat, you beautiful bean. I appreciate you. So basically... shit. Basically, my summer has been the biggest, crustiest bag of wank that has been sat underneath some delightful individual, some delightful unwashed individual's gooch for the entirety of the past, 3 months. It's been pretty fucking shit. With emergency after emergency after emergency, breaking boiler,
Panda to my ego. Panda to it. Panda to it.
Okay, so no donations. Got it. Bits are good though. Bits are good.
Confound
Awesome.
thee! Stop it, Dean! You cheeky devil. It doesn't contribute towards the donation that was just there, but now is gone because I had it too long. Do you know what I mean? But still, alright? Basically, it's been really fucking shit, and it's cost me a small fuck ton of money. From being stranded in Dublin, where I had to buy brand new fucking plane tickets, to having to travel up and look after McSteffels while she had COVID, help out with her and her son, and getting train tickets back. Today, in fact, I actually went to hire a car so that I can go see McSteffels next weekend because she has her child next weekend, and every 3 weeks I go up and see her and what have you. And the hire car place has taken my money and not given me a booking because
Libya is being far too kind. Confound them.
Stupedia and Niburin. Excuse me. The deal was made on behalf of all of you. You shits. Mama Snow, you give them a good finger wagging, okay? You waggle your finger at these two naughty sausages. Why would you do this? Stupedia and Niburin, thank you very much for donating those beautiful things. People, if you've got ego emotes, please throw them into the chat now to say a massive thank you to Newpedia, or Stiburin. We'll take it, all right? What was I even saying? Yeah, it's been a fucking shit summer, and it's cost me a fuck ton of money that I was not, like, that I don't have. I don't actually have the money. I have taken it out of, like, money that is designated for other things, like the events that I need to pay for. I've basically had to pay for things out of money I don't have, and this is an attempt to recuperate some of that money because it's been really fucking shit. It's been really fucking shit. Just one of those things. It's one of those things. You know what? You know, sometimes these things happen when emergency after emergency after emergency happens, and you've got to go into the savings that you don't have. This was the past 3 months have been like that for me. Where it's literally been one thing after another, and I've just been like, oh shit, my boiler's broken, cool, there's another 400 quid. Oh shit, we're stranded in Dublin because Ryanair are a bunch of absolute fucking scrot wrinkles. Oh, there's another 100 euro, 100 and something euro. Do you know what I mean? Just one of them things. But fuck it, we make the most of life. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's what that is. Now you can ignore it. We're good. Unicorn mom, you cheeky devil. Right. Okay. Are you done being kind? Are we good? Can we crack on? Your German is really good. My German is not really good. I have, like, certain phrases I know, and not many. Not many of them. Not many of them, to be honest with you. Pixie Bomb, how you doing, you beautiful individual? About some points, Show Redeem, you took off. The bot is not working. You said I took you unaware or with your pants down. Oh, I see. No, that makes more sense now. Yeah, the bot is... Find out. Is it now working? It is. Now it's...
Pander to my ego. Pander to it.
whatever.
Pander to it.
Mixer is being far too kind. Confound them.
Excuse me.
Stupedia is being far too kind. Confound them.
What? Nixoy and Stupedia again? Don't you whoopsies me? Friends, throw some egos in the chat for Nixoy and Stupedia. This is not what this is meant to be about.
Paul is being far too kind. Confound them.
This is not what this is meant to be about. You cheeky shits. Keep those egos going. Thank you so much, you beautiful beings. This is just this Nixopedia call. Oh, Nixopedia cow. All right. Thank you so much, you beautiful beings, but you can stop now. All right. You have already been far too fucking kind to me. We are good. All right. We're all right. We're all right. We're all right. Do you know what I mean? No way you aren't a badass. That's a cool look. Thank you very much. I'm feeling particularly goth today. We've gone for all of the frills. Although I feel like I'm a bit more of a pirate than a goth at the moment. But it's fine. It's fine. It's frilly. It's very toasty and warm. It's fine. It's all right. But welcome on in. How you doing? Is it Bake Off? Oh, Bake Off. I love that. I love that. Welcome on in. How's it going? Right, I'm going to try and catch up with chat a wee bit because Nixamia, how you doing, you beautiful being? Long time no see. Visited my mother for her birthday. I'm now moved and settled, slowly unpacking, currently dealing with antidepressant withdrawal. Generally, I'm good, though. That is good. That is good that you are generally good. Take it slowly with the withdrawal because when it comes to all long-term drug usage, whether it be prescribed or otherwise, the effects can be a pain in the fucking ass. So, yeah, take it nice and... Ooh, cheeky. Take it nice and slowly, you beautiful being, all right? Hooks and withdrawals, yeah, deciding to come off them to see where my brain is at now. I'm in a different place and situation. Good. That is, it's always worthwhile giving it a try, seeing what happens. Well, as I say, try everything twice, because the first time it might hurt. You know? Needs to probably get tested for ADHD or ADD, something with... as bad as my focus has been lately. My focus has been...
Itzidian is being far too kind. Confound them.
Dean! Dean! Thank you very much, you beautiful bean. Throw some egos in the chat, friends. Say a massive thank you to It's a Dean. Thank you, you beautiful bean. That's far too fucking kind. Take our kindness. Take it. Take it. We don't need to keep doing this, friends. God damn it. Ignore it. Just cover it all up. It's fine. Ignore it. It's okay. All right. How's it going, Bit Wizard? How you doing? How there's Sir Filth Wizard? How there's Sir Bit Wizard? How you doing? I mean, bits could be considered filthy. Just saying. Certainly when I'm around them. Tricky devils. How you doing, Bit Wizard? How you doing, you beautiful bean? I may give you a cheeky little shout out there because you're a glorious bean and we love you very dearly. People, go check out Bit Wizard. Bit Wizard plays a whole load of retro games. Does loads of different pieces and what's and things, and was recently playing Final Fantasy X, which was really interesting because I'd never actually seen the end of Final Fantasy X. So I watched it as you were playing it, Bit Wizard. And now you're playing Final Fantasy VII, if I remember correctly. That was what you were playing yesterday.
Ricky Cookie Frog is being far too kind.
Ricky Cookie
Confound
Frog!
them.
Thank you so much. Oh my god, thank you so much. Take the tip and like it. Just stop it. Stop. Brookie Cookie Frog, that's far too fucking kind. People throw some egos in chat, say a massive thank you to Brookie Cookie Frog. Honestly, how do I hide this? It's all automated. I can't hide it any faster. It's up for like another 3 minutes or something. It's fucking ridiculous. Thank you so much, Brookie Cookie Frog, you beautiful bean. Oh my god. Stop it. That reminds me, I can't remember, I said, had a letter saying from the info that my self-assessment and info from the docs is now on officially waiting list. Oh, that's amazing news, Mr. Trilby. You're officially on the waiting list for ADHD. That's brilliant news. I hope it all goes swiftly and smoothly and you get the answers that you need to help yourself progress further, you know, and self-discoveries and what have yous. Then we get down to the ridiculousness that was the fucking hype train, you confound me. Tried doing exercise, passed out at the gym, Mr. Psychic. Oh my lordy. Yeah, I mean, to take it slower. At the moment as well, with it being so fucking hot, if you don't have a gym that has like air conditioning, it's just not fucking worth it. It's not fucking worth it, you know? I'll be super transparent. Oh my lordy.
Most kind.
Jade Dragon coming in for the 13 months. The 13 months. The teen months covered in fur. They're just the small gremlin, blah, 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 like teenage werewolf kind of months. Do you know what I mean? The 13 months. Thank you very much for coming in, you beautiful bean. I shall now describe your name on the middle of the vein. What is going on today? By having your name on the middle of the vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil.
Someone is being far too kind.
A someone? An anonymous individual? An anonymous individual? Thank you very much, you cheeky devil. People throw some ego in the chat for that wonderful anonymous individual. Thank you so much, you beautiful beans. You're far too fucking kind. Quick. Go. Disappear off. God damn it. By having your name on the mirror of vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow, you know? Right, friends, I'm gonna whip down a wee bit because I am far too fucking behind in this chaos. And I need to catch up because you people are outrageous. Very romantic goth, very much so. One true cripple, very, very much so. Let me get the next thing that I need out. That was thrilling. Oh my God, Mr. Trilby, really? Really? You people. How's it going, Vithika? How you doing, you beautiful individual? Perfect thing to enter stream. Dancing Val and Mama Snow. It happens every time. Happens every time. Oh, fucking hell. Is that how far behind I am? I'm like 20 minutes behind in chat. Right, hold on. I'm whipping down. We're good. All these people donating. Okay, no, I'm more or less caught up. All right. Mr. Psychic. 21 minutes ago. Mr. Psychic, are you still here? Let me just double check that you are still here before I crack on and do all kinds of bits and pieces. Do you know what I mean? But technically, it wasn't a donation. It was a tip. Oh, don't you bring out the technicality, Shade Secrets. Don't you bring out the technicalities, you cheeky devil. How's it going, Red Queen Rhonda? How you doing, you beautiful being? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Just the tip. Stib you in sounds like a bad STI. A bad STI. I think I pressed it a bit too early. Is Mr. Psychic still here? Have they disappeared? I'll go back. That's all right. I can wait. It's not a problem. I can wait. You should know by now, but referring to us as chat. We are not chat. We are brat. No chat donated, so the promise was kept. Oh, don't use that. Dapper Cogsworth, hello, you beautiful being. Welcome on in. Ryan name may suck, but it does blow. But does it blow? Not really. It blows a lot of fucking hot air when they're making excuses as to why they can't give me the fucking money they owe us. But, you know. You got charged like 50 quid before to check in at the airport because I forgot to do it on the phone. I've seen somebody, Nibirin. I've seen somebody, Dean, who's literally gone up to the thingy, been like, I'd like to check in. They've thrown out the, you need to charge, you're going to get charged $49.98 or something like that to thingy. They were like, all right, I don't want to check in. And they've just literally taken a step back, checked in on the app, and then gone, cool, I'm now checked in. Here's my bag. Literally in front of their fucking face. I don't know whether they can still do that now because it was a long time ago.
Someone is being far too kind. Confound them.
Someone? Another anonymous individual? Look, it's gone now. It's gone. You shouldn't be doing this. You cheeky devil. Thank you very much, you beautiful being. People throw some egos in chat. Say a massive thank you to those people that are donating. This is too kind, friends. This is so many anonymous houses. That person's username has popped up, but because they said that they ticked the anonymous box, I will happily not say it live in chat. You beautiful being. Thank you so much. You honestly didn't have to do that. You little cherubs. I will contain my emotions. Summer of 20, yeah. God damn it. You people. You fucking people. Would donate, but I'm tight-fisted. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. There is no obligation to donate by any stretch of the imagination, friend. There's no obligation to donate. There's no obligation to subscribe. There's no obligation to gift subscriptions. There's no obligation to throw bitties. There is absolutely no obligation to give any money on this channel at all by any stretch of the imagination. I never want people to feel obliged to giving money. That is not the way I am. I do not like it. As far as I'm concerned, Twitch and streaming, in fact, all of the content that I make, whether it be on Twitch, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on TikTok, it is all like online busking. If people have the spare money, and it is spare, it's not something they need for something else. If it's spare money and they have it and they like what I do and they want to use that money to help me out and help my career and stuff like that, then I am very, very, very thankful for it. But there is never, ever, ever an obligation to do it. Ever. I'm just not that kind of person. I hate that shit. Do you know what I mean? It's different from like when I go out and do a job. If somebody is employing me to do a fucking show, then yeah, they're gonna fucking pay me and I'm gonna ask them for money because that's a job. This is me providing entertainment, education, questionability, making people quiver in their quim, whatever you want to fucking call it. It's me providing that for completely for free. And if people like it, then great. And if people can throw like money my way and they have it spare, it's completely spare money. It's not shit they need for other things like looking after themselves and or going on holiday themselves and giving themselves a bit of a break. If they're happy to do that, then I am forever thankful. But there is never an obligation for it. I just want to hammer that in because there have been situations in the past. Genuinely. I mean, fucking hell, I've been doing this 5 years now. I've been doing this 5 years. And there have been situations in the past where I've banned people for spending money that they didn't have, donating money to me that they didn't have. They didn't have the money and they decided to donate it to me instead. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, oh, it's all right, I'll find the money from somewhere. And I'm like, you've said that for a couple of months now, and this isn't okay. You can't spend your fucking rent on subscribing to me. You can't spend your fucking food money on subscribing to me. That's not okay. And I've just banned them. Permanently banned. Perma-banned. Goodbye. Learn to be better with your money. Learn that Twitch is not the fucking be-all and end-all. And then you can come back. But until that point, no, not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance. I want people to look after themselves first. You know? And if they can't do it themselves, then I'll make them do it. You know? Pyro Goth is a thing according to TikTok. Pyro Goth is 100% a thing. Vithica. Although I haven't done a TikTok in a while. I need to get back on it. You know? I think Valen is channeling both vampire and pirate today. A vampirate. There was a book. There was a fucking novel years ago called Vampirate. Vampirates? Here it is. Here's the link. That link that I'm putting in the chat, by the way, friends, is definitely like an Amazon Associates link. So if anyone did buy Vampirates, the book, then like I get a little bit of a kickback from that. I just like to be open and honest about it. I do it with all of the Amazon links that I put into chat. I'm like, this is it, but just be aware if you're gonna buy it, like there is a kickback that comes to me. All right. Yeah, Vampirates. I remember there being a thing about like it being like a teen novel from when I was a young whippersnapper, you know. And well, good to see you. Good to see you too, Bitwizard. Good to see you too, cheeky devil. If your bits are filthy, you should probably take a shower. This is true. This is very, very true, Secrets. I am a big fan of showers. I am genuine. However, friends, I'm going to give you a bit of TMI right now. All right? Little bit of TMI. Little bit of TMI just for you all. All right? Oh, shit. Am I even allowed to say this? I think if I don't give too much detail, I'm allowed to say it. I think if I don't give too much detail, I'm allowed to say it. I was in the shower this morning.
Panda to Mago. Panda to it. Panda to it.
Stop it!
Cheer 100 is a whippersnapper, someone who uses whips or gets given a whip. These are important questions and must be discussed.
Is a whippersnapper... A whippersnapper is someone who uses the whip, because they are the one that snaps the whip. So a plucky young whippersnapper is the one that snaps the whip. Not the one that has the whip snapped upon them. Yes. Yes, there we go. How's it going, Jamja? How you doing, you beautiful individual? All right? Use metaphor and lots of hand gestures. That gets past TOS. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, basically, a certain part of my anatomy that may possibly represent chicken giblets was getting very hedgehoggy. Because, you know, it's nice and hot and sunny, and if you don't prune your hedgehog, if you don't prune the chicken giblets, they turn into hedgehogs, all right? It's true. The delightful walnut becomes, digivolves into a hedgehog, and therefore it needs shaved back unto being a walnut. And that was what I was doing this morning, because, you know, it's hot and nasty and horrible, and you don't want those levels of spikiness in certain parts of one's anatomy. Do you know what I mean? However, in the process, I was too enthused by making myself nice and cleansed, making myself sheer, and therefore available for more delightful gustings, you know? There was so much of that, and there was conditioner everywhere, which is naturally very, very slippery, you know? That I managed to slip and nick a small part of the downstairs brain area. Fortunately, it was only a mild nick, and therefore did not piss blood everywhere. It was a mild nick. However, stings like a bitch. God damn it. Oh, it stings like a bitch. It was very, it's all right now. I feel fine now. I feel perfectly okay. I ended up wearing yoga pants most of the day. Jumping around, flopping my bits about all over the place, you know, making sure I get plenty of air to them. But like for a good couple of hours, it stung. It was just like a little paper cut. It was horrible. It was not pleasant. It was not pleasant in any way, shape, or form. And now that I've passed the TMI, there you go. There you go. Relu, hello, you beautiful bean. How's it going? Love seeing this and seeing everyone support you. Onyx Void, thank you so much. You are one of the big people that supports me there, you beautiful bean. Thank you so much. To be fair, let me be very clear. I see just people turning up. People turning up and watching my streams is the best and most beautiful and greatest fucking form of support that you can give me. If people are able to support me more than that, amazing. I will happily take it and thank you graciously for it. And by happily take it means I'll completely and utterly complain about it. But know that I am thankful in my heart. All right? But yeah, that is not like just people turning up and like watching my stream is humbling and beautiful, and I love it very, very much. Do you know what I mean? Can you just imagine if the dono is completed tonight? It's happened before, and I always like urge against it. Stupedia. There are certain people that have been here in this community. Many of them have moved on and doing other things and bits and pieces now. But there are certain people in this community who have been those people who are like, right, we're gonna fucking break this. We're gonna smash this dono goal. And I'm like, why? You do not need to do this. It's there for until it gets completed. Do you know what I mean? There is no obligation to do this. God damn it. All right. You know. Hope you enjoy your sub and hope have a lovely day. Onyx, you
subscribed.
Jam Jam.
Most kind.
Jam Jar Brain. Thank you very much for gifting that sub to Fartface Unstoppable. Fartface Unstoppable.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Max, thank you so much for giving that sub to One True Cripple. Both of your names have been inscribed on the Mirror of Vein, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. The most important thing. The most important thing. Stop it.
Most kind.
Relu, thank you very much for giving that sub to Brat.
Yeah, you subscribed.
We've already had Hype Train.
Kind.
Sloppy old tuna. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, Jam Jar. I really brightened your day. Thank you so much, One True Cripple, for thanking Max. I really appreciate it. I find the best names you fucking do. It's quite outrageous, some of the scandalous names you get on this. All right?
Kind.
Taramol, thank you very much for gifting us up to Mirror Flexing.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Oh my god, really, Relu? You found Vampirate? Vampirate, all of your names have been inscribed on the Mirror of Vein. By having your name upon the Mirror of Vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all my sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh god, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh yes, meow, you know? Is Mr. Psychic still here? Oh, they may have disappeared off, and that's okay. I'll just refund their points. It's not a problem. Do you know what I mean? There's no fur over here. And let me have a recovery day.
Most kind.
Caramel! The train has already gone. You can't get a train for like another hour and a half or something. It's ridiculous. You can't do it. It's not possible. It's not possible. Terrible, thank you very much for giving us up to one more. One more, your name is now inscribed on the Mirror of Fame, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing, go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough.
You subscribe.
Stop it!
Most kind.
I know that person. I don't actually know them, but I know somebody who goes by the name of Mr. Nipple Twister. I don't know whether they're on Twitch or not. They're just like, I am Mr. Nipple Twister. I'm like, no, okay. Mr. Nipple Twister! Your name is also inscribed on the Mirror of Vane.
Yeah,
next to one more.
Reload! Most kind.
Fetishist. I mean, it is the most popular one. Bit Wizard coming in with a tier 1 as well, you beautiful bean. Oh my lordy! Hold on. Bit Wizard, thank you very much for coming in with that. And thank you so much for all these gifted subs. Your names are now inscribed upon the Mirror of Vane, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. But be careful on Snapchat, friends. There are a cosmic fuck ton of booby bots around at the moment. Because of the fact that I don't know, like, what people's usernames are on Snapchat, I have to accept absolutely everybody, and therefore I accept them, and suddenly I get a, hey, how are you? Are you romantic in sex? Look at my clavage! And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. That's stolen pornographic media. I'm not okay with that. If it was you yourself, then I'd be more inclined to turn around and say, hey, look, this isn't okay. But all of the messages are copy-paste, and therefore you are a bot that has stolen this media from another fucking sex worker, and it's outrageous. You know what I mean? By having your name upon the Mirror of Vane means you get access to my personal Snapchat, as we've just discussed, not a bum Snapchat, and of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes.
Yeah,
But the most
you subscribed. Most kind.
Booby boat. For if there is one thing that one person desperately wants to motor, it is a booby boat. Well, that's on the internet forever. Your name is also inscribed on the Mirror of Vane, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil, and of course you get access to all the sexy little... Oh my god!
Most kind.
You're just waiting now, aren't you? You're biding your time till I'm midway through speech. Small Willy. But there's nothing wrong with a small Willy, alright? Just know how to work your own anatomy to the best advantage. We do not judge people based on anatomy, so we welcome Small Willy here into the chat. Small Willy, your name has also been inscribed upon the Mirror of Vane, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you roll over every morning, look in the mirror, oh god, I look rough, but god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for letting me complete the speech. I appreciate it, alright? God damn it, you people. You people, alright? Oh, my lordy.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Wank machine, which is what an awful lot of different sex toy companies send me. A variety of different wank machines. Let's not lie about it. I shall now inscribe a name on the Mirror of Vane. By having your name on the Mirror of Vane, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh God, I look rough. And up and down, and up and down, and up and down. But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know? Yeah, no. God damn it, Relu. No more. We need not more. We need not more. You people, your level of encouragement is outrageous. Stop it. Stop. Mr. Psychic, I will refund your biddies because it seems that you are not here. So I will refund those channel points you spent. Plucky is an excellent adjective, and I feel it needs to be used more. Bitwizard 100%. 100% does. Definitely. Been trying to buy my books from independent bookstores recently, but sometimes Amazon just hits the spot where you can't find it. Found a cool online queer bookstore, though. They're bookmarked for future spendings. That sounds amazing, Relu. That sounds absolutely fucking fantastic. How's it going, Dep fan? Hello, you beautiful individual. Scratchy prunes, definitely. Do you know what I mean? Rug burn in the making. I mean, it was in the making, and then I got rid of it, and then it was like, ow, sting, sting, sting. How's it going, Finley? Hello, you beautiful bean. Taramul, you glorious individual, because that's how nature works. Yes, exactly. When you shave a hedgehog, it turns into a walnut. Yes, like we have the prickly muscle. Exactly, Vithika. Sometimes if you don't shave a clam, it turns into a small urchin. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Too much of a rush. Too much rushing. Too much rushing. There was. I was enjoying my shower time far too much. Do you know what I mean? Poor Sonic. Sometimes you just gotta. Oh, I did it. Oh, I did it, friends. Oh, you're donating. Oh, you cheeky devil.
Someone is being far too kind. Confound them.
What is this? No! No more! No more of this! Thank you so much, you beautiful individual. I won't call your name out because it said someone and therefore it's like anonymous and stuff. But thank you so much! What did you do? Well, somebody in the chat put, oh no. Eris Ptolemy put, oh no, poor Sonic. Alright? Which means that I naturally had to look up what a shaved Sonic looked like. And some of them are interesting. I think we've got some nice winners here. Some things you got. Oh no! Oh, I am sharing. I am sharing. Because sharing is caring, friends. That's like a classic sort of things. Why do you do these things to yourself? What did we learn? We learned that you shouldn't let my brain get away with itself. There's a nice classic one. I'm enjoying the fact that he's got like just the remnants, the bits that he missed just around the ankle area, because the ankle's a real pain in the ass, aren't they, right? All right. Okay, and then sometimes like when you have like a really bad shave and you accidentally like catch yourself, you know, you end up like this because it's so cold. Do you know what I mean? It's just so chilly, so unbelievably chilly. This is what shaved Sonic looks like. This is a hedgehog. This is not fake news. This is a hedgehog when they're shaved. All right. Gonna attract the wrong viewers. Sonic the Hedgehog. So naturally that happened. Yeah, you've got your aids. Friends, can we get some egos in the chat? Say a massive thanks to that person that donated. You're far too fucking kind, friends. Honestly, this is too much. just gonna leave that one alone, not progress down that, and right. Van and Nick on the Nethers, exactly, right? Van's heart is sweet and wholesome. His mouth hasn't got the message yet. Oh, God, no. God, no. That is not the way it works at all. My entire body is a withered husk of its former self. When people look into the future, you know when people go on those psychedelic dreams where they see some kind of representative of their soul. We're not going to go into like elements of insert wizard, toxic wizard franchise. Well, actually, the franchise itself isn't toxic, but the person who owns the toxic wizard franchise. We're not going to go into that and the whole way that they represent souls and stuff like that, all right? However, when you look at mine, it's a raisin, all right? Psychedelic journey, see your own soul, raisin. It's withered and husky, you know? I wonder sometimes if these people exist on Twitch or if they suddenly find themselves summoned here. Oh, Calandra, we have definitely been in positions where somebody has gifted somebody a subscription out of sheer hilarity because of their name, and they have come into chat being like, "Hey, what's going on? What's happening?" And I'm like, "I didn't expect you to be a real person, but welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going?" You know? Before you die, you should bury all those mirrors and make future people very confused. I was thinking I might, like, line my coffin with them. Or I'll have, like, a mausoleum. I'll get a mausoleum, Vithika, and just have them across the entire mausoleum. You know? Booby boat. That was so amazing. Like, sometimes you got to do it, right? Go and clip that fast. We need it for Vainmus. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. We are approaching that. We're approaching that, but it's not... No, that's a really good point, actually. We should... I need to book in when I'm going to do our Halloween party. We've got to do a Halloween stream. Oh, we can do it on Halloween. Fuck it. I'll do my day stream, have a break, come in and do an evening stream. Halloween stream. Done. Cool. We'll do it literally on All Hallows Eve.
You subscribed. Most kind.
Caramel! Thank you very much for giving that sub to Shafiq. Let me just quickly edit the thing, otherwise I will completely forget. October 31st. Halloween stream. Thank you very much for giving that sub to Shafiq. What is going on today? What is happening? Have you people just all won the lottery and you're just deciding to be nice to me for it? Shafiq, your name is now inscribed upon the mirror of Vane, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? You know? Boom, Halloween streams. Exactly, just done. Just get it in there, done, sorted. You know, I mean, now it's booked, it's fucking sweet, alright? Now it's booked, it's fucking sweet. Onyx Void, you have redeemed a whimsical fact. You know, we've had this one before, but I will happily do it again because I think it's important. It's important, right? Whimsical fact about sex. Post-sex sadness is a real thing. If you've ever cried after sex or felt sad and thought you were strange, don't. It can actually be a very common occurrence, and there's even an official name for the response. Postcoital dysphoria, or PCD, is characterized by intense feelings of sadness, anger, and even distress after having an orgasm. There is still a great deal unknown about the condition, but it is believed by certified sex therapist Ian Kerner that it is possibly linked to a surge in hormones which could stem from past trauma from prior sexual assault, or, I'm going to add to this, or potentially sex shame, which is something that can bring around stuff like vaginismus and stuff like that. That can all come around. There's an awful lot of things that are linked to past traumas around sex shame or assault and stuff like that comes around that we need to talk about these things. We need to be open and honest about these things. Post-sex sadness is not an unusual thing. Okay? Okay. Okay. Oh, like that one. This one. Getting some music back on. There we go. Thank you very much for redeeming Whimsical Fact. I appreciate it. You love my reviews on YouTube for the sex toys that people send me. Someone's just sent me one. A new company, a brand new company. They literally started their website, or their website went live like last week. I'm not going to talk about it yet because I've said that I've committed to doing a sex toy review, but that's going to be next month. It's going to come in. But yeah, their website went live last week. They approached me about it about a month and a half ago. And the thing they have sent me is interesting, to say the least. It looks like a sci-fi bit of equipment. It looks like because I've done the unboxing and everything like that already. But it genuinely looks like it would easily belong on a science fiction program. They'd be like, look at this power cell or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking wild. Fucking wild. But yeah, so that'll be coming at the beginning of October. So there you go. There you go. Don't you dare, Calandra, alright? Fucking coffee link being back. There really is not a thing that can be elevated to, that can't be elevated to an art form. Just ask Jam Jam. Oh, I am all too aware. I am all too aware, whether it be through Jam Jar Brain's creative use of the vast majority of this stream, or whether it be you people paying Abby Stabby Art to create some monstrosity with my face on it. You know? There's an LGBTQI bookshop in Affleck's Palace in Manchester. Oh, shit. I did not know that. I haven't been in Affleck's Palace in fucking forever. It's been a real long time since I've been there, all right? Real long time. You Googling things you shouldn't be? 100%. Right, hold on a minute. Oh, my God. All right, okay, hold on. Because I scrolled by something that I shouldn't have scrolled by because it was just in the middle of a whole load of other stuff. And now it's too far gone. Authenticator, you said something in the chat and it's disappeared from me. And it was quite a chunk of text. And I don't know where it's disappeared to. But if you would like to repeat that, then you're more than welcome to. All right? You're more than welcome to. I might just not have got to it yet. But I can't seem to find it on a quick browse. So, you know. Thought I hadn't gotten quite that far, but apparently not. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, no, we're having a good laugh, but I wanted to be serious for a second. Having a really shit time of things recently. I'm familiar with that feeling. But it's all about making the most of things, you know. Especially today with 2 Zoom meetings about people in healthcare. I've laughed out loud in this stream more than I have in weeks. Thank you, really. Authenticator, thank you very much for opening and being open and honest with that. Thank you for waiting for me to ask for that as well. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm glad that we were able to provide you with some giggles, some happy-go-lucky chuckles, and what have you, all right? I appreciate that, and I hope that we can provide even more for you in the future. That's what I want this is what I want this stream to go back to, all right? This level of chaos, because there was a long period of time, friends. There was a long period of time where things got super fucking serious, and people were, like, throwing out all kinds of, like, bits and pieces that were going on in their lives, and there was, obviously, they wanted to get out there, but it went from people expressing shit that was going on in their lives to people trauma dumping. There is a difference. There's people like turning around and being like, hey, I'm having a bit of a bad time at the moment. Do you mind if I talk about it? Or, hey, I'm having a bit of a bad time at the moment, but thanks so much for like Authentic out of there. Like, thanks so much for providing an entertaining space that I can escape to for a while. That kind of thing. To people just coming in and being like, hi, my life is shit. Here are all the shit things that are going on in it. And I'm not going to take a moment to read the room. I'm not going to take a moment to do these things. All right, and we had a period of time where a lot of that was going on, and I'm really glad that we're moving back away from that to like a more consideration thing where people are like, do you know what? Is it okay if I share the shit that's going on in my life? Is it all right if I do that? Because there's definitely times in the past couple of weeks where I've been like, do you know what? I don't have the capacity to deal with that at the moment, so thank you very much for asking, but no, I'm going to have to ask you to not to. However, we've got the vent and rant space in the Discord, you know? So I'm really glad that we're moving back to a more happy-go-lucky, more whimsical bullshit kind of stream. You know what I mean? I'm genuinely really happy about that. It feels like it used to, friends. It feels like it used to. It makes it feels good. It feels good.
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
Ah, terrible.
Chuckles and things with Valen's face on it.
That one doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. It just doesn't work by any stretch
It's
of the
alright.
but
Flee,
oh my
flee.
lordy, ladies and gentlemen, and all genders outside in between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders. Throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. Look at these beautiful. Look at these cheeky little snacks. Look at these cheeky snacks coming in here. Oh my lordy, open the pantry. We have plenty of room for these beautiful snacks coming in here. Hello, you beautiful individuals. People, go and check out the exquisite, the glorious, the beautiful Rebel Nay. Rebel Nay is a very, very good friend of mine. A glorious individual who I love very, very dearly. She is genuinely one of the only people on this entire platform who is on this platform for what can only be described as the purest of reasons. She wants to become she's currently in veterinary college to save the animals, and just all the animals. She's just one of those people that loves animals, all right? She wants to save the animals, but she wants to make money on Twitch so that she can provide free veterinary care to animals in animal shelters. How can you not, like, if that isn't enough to go over and click that cheeky little follow button, I don't even fucking know what is, all right? That's what she wants to do. She wants to make enough money content creation so she can give free vet care to animals in animal shelters. What more do you need? All right? All right, Rebel Nay, how you doing, you beautiful individual? Welcome on in, friends. If you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Faux pas, individuals, faux pas. I followed. What more do I need exactly, Saggy Iguana? Also, fucking love your name. What a great name that is. Oh my god, that is fantastic. All right. Rebel Nate is saying, effectively, yes. Effectively. I mean, I can't say that everything we've talked about has been saintly. Me and Rebel Nate have been good friends for quite a while now, but for the purpose of this conversation, yes, 100%. 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Faux pas, individuals, faux pas. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. I've got to ask you to leave, for I am a colossal filth wizard. I don't want to be corrupting the ears of the young. It's not what I'm about. No, you cheeky devils. You shouldn't be, because you were just in Rebel Nay stream. But on the off chance, let me just snooze these adverts so that all the raiders don't just come in and get fucking adverts immediately. Snoozy poos. But yeah, friends, welcome on in. People, go check out Rebel Nay. I love Rebel Nay. Rebel Nay, if you need to disappear off and grab a snaffly treat, some description of beverage. It's very toasty here in Europe at the moment. Very toasty. And obviously the UK is not in Europe anymore, but I'm talking about the continent. We are on the continent of Europe, so fuck it. Yeah, it's fine. It's alright. So it's okay. It's alright. Fine. If you need to go give your dog, how is it the youth of today say it? Scritches? Scritches? Yes? Today I'm wearing lots of flouncy shit today, friends. I'm dressed like a vampiric prince. Why? Because I'm really into, I'm getting in touch with my inner goth roots. My inner goth roots. I'm feeling more goth. Feeling my old school gothy self. Do you know what I mean? And therefore I decided to wear a frilly shirt today, because why the fuck not? Do you know what I mean? Why the fuck not? But welcome on in, all you beautiful beings. We are usually talking filth wizardry and ridiculousness. We have been talking about sex toys and God knows what else. And yeah, I've literally just been talking about a sex toy I've been sent by a company to review. It's a masturbator, and it looks like it belongs in a science fiction movie. I can't show you it because I haven't reviewed it yet. The YouTube video is not out there. But I have, like, there's loads of mad fucking masturbator reviews on YouTube if you want to go check them out. Exclamation mark YouTube. Thirst and vanity. It's sex. But this one looks like, it looks like it belongs in a science fiction movie. It looks like it would, like, I could look at it and be like, hey, space cadet, grab me that power cell. And they could grab me this masturbator and it would genuinely be like, nobody would bat an eyelid. Do you know what I mean? No, never forget the nut tub. You're talking about the Testacuzzi, Rebel Nay. And I'm pretty sure the Testacuzzi is what got me in trouble with YouTube the first time. Pretty sure the Testacuzzi is what got me in trouble the first time. The Testacuzzi is a jacuzzi for your testicles. And I tested that out. I did. I tested the Testacuzzi. And I set up a screen and did the testing and what have you. I did it live because I was like, I've seen a man wax his own butthole live on YouTube. I've seen that. He just put up a screen and had somebody wax his fucking arsehole on thingy. No issues at all. So I was like, well, me behind a screen putting my testicles in the Testacuzzi, it's not going to matter. No one's going to fucking bat an eyelid, right? No one's going to bat an eyelid. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. No, apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently it's okay for other people to do it, but not for Val and Vane to do it. No. However, you can also look up naked yoga on YouTube, and you'll just get tits. Just in the thumbnail. Breasts. There you go. Fucking done. You know what I mean? Oh, the hypocrisy. You know what I mean? It's alright. I'm sure they'll work it out eventually, but certainly got under my skin. Woo! You know? Sonic is a cat when shaved. We were just looking at pictures of shaved Sonic the Hedgehog. We were talking about testicles. We quickly escalated to hedgehogs and then shaved Sonic the Hedgehog. Let me show you a picture. Let me show you so that everyone's on the same page. You are welcome, friends. Look at those cold, dead eyes. This is what happens when I take my trousers off. It's so cold. It's so cold. So very cold. How's it going, Instant Chaos? How you doing, you beautiful being? Welcome on in. Ooh, wrong one. There we go. Welcome on in, you beautiful individual. By the way, that goes for all of Rebel Nave's community. If all of you need to disappear off and grab some kind of snaffly treats, and if it's just late and you need to go to bed, or you just want to fuck off and do something else, your life has to come first. Go do your thing. Rebel Nave, thank you so much for bringing your people over. It really means a lot to me. Things be things. You know how content creation is, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Go do your things. Go do your bits and pieces, you beautiful things. Go do your bits and pieces, you know? Right. Where was I? I was way behind. Naturally. Where else would I be? Don't make me suggest an abomination of me as shaved Sonic by Abby Sabby. Friends, there is... If somebody would be so kind as to use their channel points to redeem the nightmare. It's very expensive, so you don't have to by any stretch of imagination. But if you happen to have 66,600 channel points spent... Thanks, Finley. Thank you, friend. I realized the instant regret I had as soon as I said it. As soon as I had the instant regret. That is what they're talking about when they're talking about abominations. That is me as Mr. Blobby. If you don't know Mr. Blobby, yeah, then you probably have lived a beautiful and whimsical life full of flowers and joy. Me as an abomination of me as Sonic the Hedgehog that's been shaved. That would be genuinely terrifying, Dean. Oh my god. Thankfully, Twitch terms of service save us from the search results from hentai found. To be honest with you, Taramul, I am very careful about, because of the fact that my actual fucking search history is questionable as fuck. I run erotic cabarets, fetish nights, sex education, and God knows what else. My search history is questionable as fuck, so I am very careful about what I show on stream. Very, very careful about what I show on stream, yeah. Just save it. Shade Hedgehog turned into a hog. Just, yeah, there's no hedge about it, just a hog. There is no hedge, there's just hog, you know? Friends, there'll be an advert in approximately 2 minutes' time. During that time, I'm going to get up and go visit the urination station, so don't worry, you're not going to miss out on anything in particular. But yeah, they're just giving you a heads up that that is going to happen. Also, while we're talking about adverts, as of the 18th, I only do 2 minutes of adverts at the moment. I only do 2 minutes of adverts. However, as of the 18th of September, I will be upping that to 3 minutes of adverts, because at the moment I earn fuck all money from 2 minutes of adverts, whereas from 3 minutes of adverts I can earn 55%. I don't know what that equates to, but I'm going to trial it for a month. And if it's worthwhile, then I will keep it. If it's not worthwhile, then I will whip it back down to 2 minutes of adverts. Okay? Okay. I have a friend who's seriously going to hire someone to attend their funeral dressed in the same clothes. Hello, Doctor Who. That's fucking amazing. Authenticator. I fucking love that. I actually love that. I thought he was going to be like a whaler or someone. Yeah, one of those people that wails at weddings. But join. Mr. Blobby is Nightmare Fuel. Cassidy, 100%. Fucking terrifying. Have you seen? There is actually. Let me see if I can find it. There's a short horror movie based around Mr. Blobby. Is it Blobbyland? No. No. I think this is it. Brilliant. Yes, it is. It is. Right, I won't play it live on stream because, you know, it's not a thing, but I will I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat. So that YouTube link there, Mr. Blobby horror short. There we go. So just so everyone's aware, that is the Mr. Blobby horror short. It is 3 minutes long and it's terrifying. But I'm going to use the opportunity to go and visit the urination station. I'm going to go visit the urination station. So get up, have a stretch your eyes, look at something in the distance, then look back again. Grab some kind of beverage, hot, cold, or if the time is permitting, flamboyant as fuck. Don't forget to take your meds if you haven't already. Take them now. Take those meds. Take those cheeky meds. I'll be back in like 2 minutes time. If you're wearing a binder, have a couple of deep breaths. Stretch those lungs out. Stretch those rib cages out. I'll be back momentarily. Don't go anywhere, you cheeky devils.
Don't watch me fall.
Thank you very much, everyone. Only a 3-minute shot. Wonder if I can get through it. Do it. Do it. You should have been able to get through it in that period of time for sure. For sure. You know. Okay, thank you very much, mods. I will do that in a minute. I think it's all over. Yeah, no, it is definitely. Cool, I'll do that in a minute. Thank you very much, mods. Where was I? Yes, I was there. Oh, yes. The raid coming in. Speaking of juggles and things with Val's face on it. Oh, my lordy. I was about to say, the 139 doesn't work anymore. I don't know why it doesn't work, but it doesn't work. I'm going to try and get it sorted. But I've got a whole load of new alerts that I need to update because Abby Stabby has done a whole load of them of my face. So I'm going to be like, right, I'm going to put them all involved, get them all in. Do you know what I mean? So we will get some more. There will be more some point in the near future, I would like to think, all right? Bigger on the inside, how you doing? Boomers, hello, hello. Saggy Iguana, fucking love your name. Plur Ninja, hello, hello. Easiest follow in a long time, right, Plur Ninja, right? What a lovely goal, what a fantastic thing, you know? Go Boob Doggo Snoats, exactly. If anyone here is over 18,000, please explain to me how to do it. Lots of oil of ole, Cassidy. Using oil of ole from the age of 2 will assist you in maintaining never aging. It's true. By the time you get to like 18, 19, it's so ingrained into the very cells of your body that you just don't age. You know? Trying to cut out sewing patterns in this heat is ridiculous. To be honest with you, trying to cut out anything in this heat, trying to do anything in this heat is ridiculous. I was trying to do some recording earlier and I couldn't focus on the words that I was looking at because the heat was just making my brain go all over. Do you know what I mean? How's it going, Jessica Zelina? Welcome on in, you beautiful bean. Hello, hello. The Testacuzzi was amazing. The Testacuzzi was an interesting thing. For those people that don't know, I can show you what the Testacuzzi looks like. Let me pull up a picture of it. Looks like this. This is a Testacuzzi. This is the jacuzzi for your testicles. You put your testes in here, and then this is a delightful cushion for one's schlong. Just pop it over there, and at the bottom of these two, there's like a little air hole in each one, so it blows up air bubbles just underneath your testicles. And to be quite honest with you, having experienced this, having tested it out for Testacuzzi, I can honestly say it's shit. It was so bad. It was just not very good at all. I actually opened it up. And the air pump they have in the Testacuzzi is not even as good as the ones I have as an air filter in my fish tank. And you have to add your own water and your own like temperatured water. It's just not great. Do you know what I mean? It's just not great. Doesn't have its own heating elements. Doesn't have nothing. Didn't even have like an air valve to stop the water from going back to the motor. It was all kinds of. I was just like, I've got questions. I have questions. You know. Maybe I should redo it, but without like the testing variety, you know? Redo the entire video because, you know. That's a good point actually. While I'm at it, let me nip ahead and do the whole self-promo thing. Friends, I have 2 YouTube channels. One is full of my VODs. I'm actually in the process, by the way, friends. I am actually in the process of changing the way that I do VODs because I used to like schedule them really far in advance. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and upload them for like the following day. So this one will actually go out tomorrow. And then I'm going to do probably maybe this week. Yeah, probably this weekend. I'll do like a mass release of everything. So everything that I've got in the backlog at the moment will just get released in one weekend. And then going forward, I'll do them like literally 24 hours, the next 24 hours. So every stream that I do will be released the following day. That's the plan. That is the plan. We'll see how it goes, but that is the plan of action, okay? Because there are a few members of the community who actually like just watch VODs. They live at other side of the world, or they're busy with work and stuff like that, but they really want to come in and watch the VODs and stuff like that. And I had a discussion with one of them about the fact they were getting a little bit frustrated that they can't tune into the VODs because they're so far behind on the VODs channel. So and I made it because the VODs channel was just going to be out at the games. Then people wanted the chat section of the gaming streams, and then I was like, okay. And then people were like, oh, why don't you just do all of the chat streams as well, because they're really interesting and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll put them all up there. I was thinking about actually putting like a chat screen here as well so people can see the chat, but I'm also like, I'm always so far behind in chat that it's kind of superfluous. People will be seeing what people are saying, and I'm like completely oblivious to it. Do you know what I mean? Completely fucking oblivious to it. I don't know whether it'd be a worthwhile thing or not, but we'll see. We'll see. If I was smart, asking someone to redeem that means that somebody loses the ability to redeem it again to get those points back. He could have redeemed it for himself for free. Shh, Relu, stop giving away my secrets. Stop giving away my secrets. All right? Jade Dragon, you cheeky devil. Thank you very much for coming in and redeeming another whimsical fact. Let me pull up another collection of interesting and facts. Because we've been through a hell of a lot of sex facts recently. Ooh, okay. Music. Thank you, music. Whimsical fact about sex. Did you know that older people have great sex too? Yes. It is a popular and sad myth that as you age, sex goes out of the window. The truth is that in most cases, older people have great sex. Sex is great, and menopause have nothing to do with it. That's what it says here, but I'm going to add to that, friends. I'm going to add to that because I know for a fact that one of the biggest problems that they have in old folks' homes, in like care homes for the elderly, is STIs. I know for a fact that that is the case because you've got all of these older people that, first of all, of a generation where contraception was frowned upon. Second of all, are usually in a state, 99.9% of the time, have passed a point where there is any issue with potential pregnancy, because the vast majority of people with vulvas have actually gone through their menopause and everything, which means that you don't have to worry about protection because because no one's gonna have babies anyway. And on top of that, they're going rumpy, pumpy, bumping uglies. The vast majority of them have had partners that have passed on. So they're no longer committed to a single partner. So they're just like, nah, fuck it. Let's go a-shagging. Genuinely speaking, care homes for the elderly are absolutely rife with STIs. Rife with them. It's quite outrageous, to be quite honest with you. There you go. There you go. There you go, friends. There's your whimsical fact about sex. Thank you very much, Jade Dragon, for redeeming that. Darling. Hello, my darling. I appreciate that you may be lurking. But why would you do this to me? People have been so unbelievably kind today. People have been so unbelievably kind today. It's been, hello, McSteffel, my love. People have been far too fucking kind to me. They don't need to be more kind. Cheeky devils. Cheeky devils. Look at this. Look at this. This was like here when we started the day. This was like here. It's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous, I tell you. Alright? Just I jump into the stream, my shopping arrived. What have I missed? Jade Dragon, not much. Not much. But thank you very much for redeeming the things. We're just whimsical bullshit. I can't. This is the problem. People are like, what have I missed? And I'm like, I can't remember. I've got to go back and watch the VOD myself in order to understand what the fuck I talked about. You know? Not so feeling too great. It's Freshers Week, and I've been working it, so I think I might have caught something. More than likely, Danny Chaos. Freshers flu is a thing. Freshers Week is like the first week of a university or what have you, where all these people from all over the country come to the university, and then it's like, oh, a cesspit of germs from the entire different reaches of the world. Yeah, it's gonna people are gonna get real ill. Do you know what I mean? People are gonna get real ill. But what I will say, Danny Chaos, is if you start feeling really shit, take a COVID test. Take a COVID test. COVID is very much still a thing, and as we have recently found out, it still hits with a fucking punch. All right, so if you are feeling particularly sluggish and you've been around a lot of new people, a lot of different people from all over the place and what have you, Freshers Fair is going to be a big thing for it. All right, make sure you take a COVID test just to be sure. All right, look after yourselves. Okay, but shouldn't your testes stay cool? Yeah, if you want to produce sperm, they should. If you don't, then it doesn't really matter, you know. Would have been better to use one of those foot spa things. I don't... Yeah, probably, actually, thinking about it. But you wouldn't have got the right purchase for your testicles in that scenario. Do you know what I mean? The point of testes, they stay on the outside because they need to be 2 degrees lower. Fucking hell, Jesus, my mind has gone blank. Why are testes on... yeah, I know it needs to be at a cooler temperature, but why? How many degrees cooler? It just says of a cooler temperature. Fucking, this is a shit medical fucking... Sperm production requires a lower temperature, which means if you don't give a fuck about your sperm production, then you don't have to worry about temperature. Hence why I wear very tight jeans. I don't have to worry about that shit. I think it's like 2 or 3 degrees. It's not very many degrees. The internal temperature of the body is usually about 35, 36 degrees, and I'm pretty sure it needs to be about 32, 30, 33, 34 degrees. If I remember correctly. Something like that. Something like that. Just get remember the Vampire Diaries by seeing your get up right now. Thank you very much. Do you know what, Jessica Zelina? Do you know what, my friend? I am very much inspired right now because I realized I was trying to get in touch with my inner goth roots. It's been a while since I've got in touch with I was listening to a lot of Typo Negative. Do you know what I mean? I fucking love Typo Negative. And I was like getting in touch with the inner goth, but I realized over the weekend that I have not seen the classic horrors. I haven't seen like the original Dracula with Bela Lugosi. I hadn't seen like the original Frankenstein, the black and white Frankenstein, with shit. What was his name? Kraskov? Can't remember the guy who played Frankenstein. I haven't seen things. So I went back and I watched Bela Lugosi's Dracula, and I watched the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari this weekend, and it was really interesting going back. It was like an educational trip. Karlov, thank you very much. Boris Karlov, thank you very much, Shafiq. Appreciate you. And that was exactly what I was saying. Karlov, it was interesting as well because I also watched a documentary on the old faces of Dracula. I like all of it because so many people have played Dracula through the years, from like Bela Lugosi, in fact, from Nosferatu through Bela Lugosi, through the blaxploitation movement, with Blackula, through all of these varieties of fucking softcore porn movies, right the way through to modern day peculiarities with like Gary Oldman and shit like that. But what I found really interesting was actually Bela Lugosi was offered, because Bela Lugosi was considered the king of horror in the 1930s, 1940s, he was offered the role of Frankenstein's monster, and he turned it down. He actually turned it down, which I was surprised at. But yeah, like he was offered it, and then that gave Karloff his in, and then Karloff kind of then became the the king of horror, doing all kinds of various different monsters and shit like that, you know. Cheney was definitely another one. Cheney played quite a few different horror creatures back in the day. But yeah, so I was getting in touch with my old roots. Do you know what I mean? Getting in touch with my old roots. What it was that inspired the goth movement in the first place and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Or gothic isms. Which always hilarious. Shows how someone who doesn't know and they'd freak out. Oh yeah, 100%. 100% Cassidy. They also have room hoppers sneaking out of their rooms into someone else's for sex. Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. Those old folks. All about it. All about it, you cheeky devils. So that's where Stiburin is. I wonder where it came from. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Best Whimsical Fact is a great one. I mean, for me, it just... Like, I'll be very honest with you, friends. I'll be very, very honest with you, as I tend to be. I walked in on my parents having sex when I was 14? 15? I walked in on my parents, coitally engaged, and which was hilarious because they walked in on me plenty of times when I was a teenager. But the thing that I found, like, my parents were mortified about it. They were like, oh my god, this is the worst. Our child has walked in on us having sex. This is the absolute worst. How could we ever have allowed this, etc., etc., etc. But from my point of view, they were worried that I was mortified by the entire scenario. But I kind of just walked in, went, oh, fair enough, walked back out again. And by that point, I was already quite mature in my... I was just like, yeah, they're going to have sex. They're a loving couple who appreciate each other. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they just have sex to have kids and then fucking, like, that's it. Do you know what I mean? People have sex. So I was just like, yeah, fair enough, they have sex. But the way that I got around, because obviously all my friends were like, oh my god, Val, no, you walked in on your parents having sex. Oh my god, are you okay? Are you all right? Are you mortified? And I was like, no, I just see it as... I see it as a challenge. If they're having sex at their age, then I can have sex further. I can have sex longer. So the longer that my parents keep having coital engagements, the longer I can, like, the more I see it as a challenge. Do you know what I mean? Fucking let's go. You know? You know? It's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it. Getting one assignment done. Congratulations, Eric Ptolemy is behind on 3. Brain doing microwave noise, but I did a thing. You did do a thing, and you should be very thankful for that thing. You'll be very appreciative of yourself for that thing, you glorious being. How's it going, Sarah? And then how you doing? Reminds me of a line I wrote in an erotic story recently. When I was young, I thought that a good man was hard to find. At my age, I find it's more the other way around. Yes. Yes. I can see that. I can see that. But well done on the assignment, Eric Ptolemy. How you doing, Soren, then? How's it going? Everyone brings their regional pathogens to play at Freshers Fair. They certainly fucking do. They certainly fucking do. If I'm feeling the same tomorrow, I will. Good. Good, 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 good. Hits like the proverbial brat train at full speed. Yes. Right? We've had one of those today. We don't need any more. Taking things day at a time. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, my love. It's a bonus. I'm sending all the healing vibes. Yes, all of the healing vibes to McSteffels, please. She deserves them. She deserves them, bless her. Exo Klaus, welcome on in. Cheney played the monster in a few sequels. Yeah, so amusingly, I didn't realize this, but in the person that played Dracula more than anyone else through the history of film was fucking hell, Saruman. Can't remember his fucking name. Say again? Christopher Lee. Classic chunk coming in. Christopher Lee played Dracula in 8 movies. In 8 movies. And he actually played Dracula more than anyone else in the entire history of film. However, when people think of Dracula and when they think of the aesthetic and the accent of Dracula, they always think of Bela Lugosi. The original Dracula. Not the original Dracula character, but the original actual Dracula. Bela Lugosi was the first, when they got the rights to turn the novel of Dracula into a movie, they first person to play it was Bela Lugosi, which is where you get the "I am Dracula, welcome, welcome." You know, that's all Bela Lugosi. However, one thing did confuse me, and I'm gonna see if I can find a clip of it. I'm gonna try and find a clip of it. All right. Okay. So, we're going to watch a clip. We're going to watch a clip of the original Dracula, Bela Lugosi, all right? Okay. So, this is Castle Dracula from the 1931 movie with Bela Lugosi, all right? You've got the bats. We've got Dracula coming down the stairs. You've got the armadillos. The armadillos in Castle Dracula. The armadillos. Do we have... What else have we got?
Dracula.
Dracula.
I am Dracula. All this, I thought.
Yeah. So you got the bats. There also, you also see a spider the size of a fucking my ego. Do you know what I mean? You see a spider the size of my ego. You also earlier on in the movie, all right. Oh god, itchy nose. Earlier on in the movie, you also see an opossum, which is just fucking weird. The common Romanian armadillo. Exactly. The common Romanian armadillo. I was confused as fuck. So I took to the internet. Friends. Leslie Nielsen played a brilliant Dracula. That is very true. Very, very true. I took to the internet to find out why the fuck there was armadillos and opossums in Castle Dracula. I was so fucking confused. All right. Now, somebody mentioned that they thought the reason why was possibly because in the 1930s you weren't allowed because they're nocturnal. I don't think so. I thought it was because, well, this person on Facebook said that they in the 1930s you weren't allowed rats on screen. So you weren't allowed rats on screen, and therefore they had rat-like creatures like opossums and armadillos. However, having just typed in order to find the clip to show you all about it, I actually just typed in the like Dracula armadillo, and it came up with some trivia from the IMDb. All right. Among the living creatures, so this is part of the official IMDb trivia of the Bela Lugosi Dracula. All right. Opossums and armadillos are not native to Europe. No, they are not. Among the living creatures seen in Dracula's castle... Hold on. Among the living creatures seen in Dracula's castle in Transylvania are opossums, armadillos, and the insect known as the Jerusalem cricket. Stenoparmatus fuchsius. The insect was common in Southern California, which may explain its cameo in the film. The inclusion of armadillos was due to the fact that armadillos had occasionally been seen digging in graveyards, which led to the mistaken belief that they would dig their way into coffins and eat the cadavers. So that is the reason. That is the official trivia reason. We have found it out today, friends. The official trivia reason is because in America, armadillos are sometimes seen digging in graveyards. But they were actually after insects that probably feed on things. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes seen in graveyards, therefore they belong in Castle Dracula. I am flabbergasted by this, friends. Absolutely flabbergasted. Good lord. Wow. Just wow. The Wolfman is another one that I haven't actually seen. I do want to see it. I'm trying to get a list of like the old. I thought they were Hammer horrors. So I thought that Hammer horrors was the genre of horror of the old like 1930s, but I'm completely wrong. Hammer was a film company that made horrors. And therefore I was like, oh my god, all of the old Hammer horrors, thinking, oh, the Bela Lugosi Dracula, the Nosferatu movie, the old Karloff, the Cheney Wolfman and the Karloff Frankenstein. I was like, oh, they're all Hammer horrors. They're not at all. Hammer horrors came around in like the 50s, 60s. I'm like, what? What the fuck? What? Excuse me, what? You know? From what I just read, 34 degrees for the testicles. Thank you very much. And check the clips of the hilarity section of Discord. You get a moment. Your wish was my command. Darling, why do you do this to me? Why? Why do you do this to me? Watching my parents when I was like 4, and they realized later, of course. Yeah, exactly. Like when you're 4, nobody fucking thinks. It's just like, oh, look, they're wrestling. You know. My sister caught our parents on the dining room table. She snuck out and rang the doorbell. That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. Old sexy arthritic Valen. Oh, yeah, you know it. Oh, careful. My hip giving out. Guess I make a note of that then. McSteffels, you know it. You know it. We will be bumping all of the uglies right up until the old age. The old tender age. When I have more wrinkles than personality, you can guarantee we will still be rutting, my love. Alright? Aren't you a lucky one? Rose Facebook entries in the view of Anne Boleyn. Oh my lordy. So romantic. So romantic, right? Hi there. I like your emotions. What do you usually talk about in here? Anna Anderson, welcome on in. How you doing? Oh, I've got an itchy nose. Hold on. We normally talk about sex quite a lot, but we tend to just bounce around various different subjects. It really depends on what we end up talking. Tangents are very much our thing. Tangents are very much our thing in this channel. But we do talk a lot about sex. We do talk a lot about mental health. Every so often when it pops up and we have a deep conversation about mental health. Sometimes we talk about philosophy. We tend to avoid like politics. I do occasionally go on a bit of a rant, but we tend to avoid politics because I just find that it's too divisive. And as you can see here, we're talking about like old school horror, which I only recently found out because I also haven't read the fucking the actual Dracula novel. I've never read the Dracula novel, but Dracula's meant to have like a big fuck off mustache. I had no fucking idea that Dracula, and I only found out because I was watching this documentary on the many faces of Dracula, and one of the random people that played Dracula, he was like, yeah, I only said that I would play Dracula if the director let me have a mustache, because that's how Dracula is portrayed in the novel. And I was like, what? He's meant to have like a big, like, curly mustache. I'm like, excuse me? What? I was flabbergasted by this. I love the word flabbergasted. Flabbergasted by this, you know? Healing vibes. I thought we got over the vibrators of medicinal properties. Althena, definitely not. Vibrators do have medicinal properties, because an orgasm can fill you with all kinds of good chemicals that help you heal. you know? Christopher Lee, and he was mad about it. Yeah, Christopher Lee has played a hell of a lot, but Christopher Lee was an old classic. How's it going, Alexander Denver? Hello, you beautiful bean. Christopher Lee was an old classic. He liked things being true to the original form. So, like, when he played Saruman in Lord of the Rings, he was like, it needs to be as original as possible. Now, fortunately, he was working with Peter Jackson, who wanted it to be as original as possible. But he was very adamant on keeping the it true to source. And I would be surprised if it wasn't the case for Dracula as well. He hated playing Dracula. I'm not surprised because he ended up getting typecast. He played Dracula for 8 movies. 8 movies. It's such an outrageous, prolonged amount of fucking time. Do you know what I mean? Now, it's fucking guaranteed money for a performer, for an actor in the 70s, 60s, 70s. That is never a guaranteed thing by any stretch of the imagination. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if he fucking hated it, you know? However, he did also voice the, or he didn't voice, he presented the Many Faces of Dracula, and he was quite bitter about it as well. He literally was like, despite the fact that I, Christopher Lee, had played Dracula more than anyone else, it turns out that it is Bela Lugosi that is always remembered for it. And I'm like, shit. You know? Could you imagine being second rate to the person that played it fucking 50 years before or 30 years before or whatever, you know? You didn't know that Christopher Lee played Dracula the most? No. Don't forget Peter Cushing and Vincent Price for horror actors. Vincent Price, definitely. Peter Cushing, I haven't seen too much of his stuff, but Vincent Price, fucking classic. Mask of the Red Death, beautiful. Vincent Price was one of the kings of horror. Bela Lugosi, Vincent Price, and Christopher Lee, I believe, were the 3 of the major ones. Classic vampire pets. Armadillos, as you do, you know what I mean? Vincent Price with Kermit on the Muppets was lovely. Oh, definitely. Vincent Price was fantastic. Really, really good. Oh, no, what was the other one? The guy who played the fucking general in Star Wars. Grand Moff Tarkin. Who played Grand Moff Tarkin? Yeah, who played Tarkin? Williff Tarkin. Was that Peter Cushing? Oh, that was Peter Cushing? Oh, I was getting Peter Cushing mixed up with somebody completely different. I was getting mixed up with something completely different. But yeah, he played, like, that was, like, kind of the era. The Hammer Horror era was, like, kind of the era when everything went slightly into softcore pornography. Just so many fucking tits everywhere. There's lots and lots of boobs. Why? Because why not? Hammer Horror, fuck it. You know? I flicked through a movie, I think it was called The Devil's Men. Yeah, I flicked through a movie called The Devil's Men. And it was just like, fucking hell, what is this? What the fuck is this? I started watching it and I was like, I can't keep watching this. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad. But that was a Cushing movie. That was a Cushing one. They were unknown to most of the time. So they used to give spooky vibes, so silly to us and that know armadillos. Yeah, it just baffled me. I literally was just like, the fuck is that? Is that an armadillo? Is that an opossum? There was an opossum climbing around the fucking I didn't see any of the crickets. But I was like looking at I was like, that is an opossum. A very American animal climbing around the coffins of Dracula in Transylvania. What? What? Oh, look, there is some armadillos. Some armor-plated rats. What? What the fuck is going on? Now, I can imagine in the 1930s, especially like European cinema, Dracula were coming out and they're like, oh my fucking god, what weird monstrosities have they made here? And it's just like, no, it's an armadillo. But yeah, like I was just absolutely blown away by it. I was like, what the fuck is even happening? I am so confused. So fucking confused. Do you know what I mean? The window with the bats, though, I see it drawn and painted in horror. Do you know what? The window with the bats, yeah, see it drawn and painted in horror movies. But those bats, the bats on string that you pull and they flap, they were used. Those bats were used from the 1930s right the way through to like the 1980s. Those bats did not fucking change. They were used in nearly every single like vampire movie. It was wild. It was wild. I also found out that one of the reasons why modern vampires only get paralyzed from a stake is because of the movie industry. So in the original like Dracula and stuff like that, driving a stake through a vampire's heart killed the vampire. Okay? Because of the old mythos, which is the old mythology of they were basically hammering in corpses to stop them from getting out of the coffin and what have you. All right? But then this whole idea of a stake through the heart paralyzing a vampire came around basically because they wanted to make sequels to Dracula. So they'd hammer a fucking stake into his heart and they'd be like, oh, someone took the stake out of his heart and now he's back again. Oh, it's Dracula. Look. Just like, what? What? Old mythos of nailing the heart equals dead. No, so the old mythos of Nosferatu, which is one of the original vampire myths. Like, the original vampires were plague bearers. Nosferatu means plague bearer. And the idea was that they would rise from the grave. Nosferatus, the creatures, the demons that were Nosferatus, would rise from the grave and spread plague among the local populace. And anyone that died from that plague would also become a Nosferatu. Here we go. Fucking Valen Vane and his weird fucking mythos and what have you. But one of the things that they would do is if they suspected that a recent corpse was a Nosferatu, they would dig up the grave, cut off the head of the corpse, and nail it through the heart with a wooden spike into the coffin itself, and then rebury it. So they were never able to resurrect from the dead again. Because they were hammered, they were nailed into the coffin itself.
Most kind.
Lily Tope, thank you very much for the prime. I'll be with it 2 seconds. Yeah, they never got out of the grave again because they were nailed into the grave and they had no fucking head. There you go. There you go. The Walking Dead is Nosferatu. Yeah, effectively. Yeah. Like the original sources of like zombies and vampires, it starts very, very similar. They have like similar sort of origins. And then they separate it out. You know? Lily Tope, thank you very much for choosing to use your Prime Gaming here. I should now describe your name on the mirror vein. You literally could have used it anywhere, and you chose to use it here, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing, to go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, go, God, I look rough. But goddamn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? The origin of zombies are reported to come from some origins of zombies, yeah. But like I said, the Nosferatu were effectively European zombies. So the word zombie, as I understand it, this is fucking Jesus, we're going way back here. As I understand it, the word zombie comes from the voodoo practices. It comes from the idea of raising the dead. Now, there's obviously a lot of black magic and white magic that goes in with voodoo, and I don't want to get into it all because I don't know enough about voodoo as a whole in order to talk about it like I'm some kind of fucking expert, because I'm definitely not. But I believe, as I understand it, the word zombie comes from the voodoo practices of communing with the dead, speaking with the dead, and raising the dead. And more specifically, raising the dead with no soul of their own. So they become basically flesh puppets. However, in Europe, the idea of a plague, and a zombie in voodoo practices, again, if I understand it correctly, a zombie in voodoo practices can't spread zombieism. They are just a reanimated corpse for the puppetry of the person who cast the spell on them. Whereas the plague side of it comes from the European traditions of Nosferatu. How's it going, Zuwini? How you doing? Welcome on in. I hope I pronounced your name right. If I didn't, let me know. Let me know. I'll play you like a flesh puppet. Damn. Cheeky. So... yeah,
you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you very much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I don't like to call people out just in case you're lurking, but your name is particularly apt, given the topic of conversation. Yeah, the plague aspect, the plague bearer aspect, comes from the European traditions, or the European mythos of Nosferatu, which is reanimated dead that spread plague and shit like that. And then you get into all kinds of realms of, like, the fucking sleep paralysis and shit like that. And, yeah, shit like that. There's a whole load of it. We went down a very, very deep rabbit hole. Me and McSteffels at one point went down a very deep rabbit hole of understanding. We watched there was an old documentary series that Giles from Buffy did, Anthony Stewart Head did, about the origin of all these different mythos. And then we watched a very brutal fucking TV. It was a YouTube video on sleep paralysis, but fucking it needed trigger warnings. It was filmed like a proper TV show and stuff like that. It was just a YouTube video, but it needed fucking trigger warnings, because later on in that, it's fucking brutal. And I'm like, wow, why is there no references here? It was outrageous. It was genuinely outrageous. Really interesting, like, documentary. Even if the guy sounded boring as fuck, it was his journey to understand his own sleep paralysis and stuff like that, and it was really interesting, and why different cultures all see the same creatures within their own sleep paralysis and stuff like that. And it was just like, what the fuck? So yeah, it was really interesting, but it genuinely needed some trigger warnings on it for sure, you know. I'm way behind. I'm going to catch up a little bit. I live not far away from Romania. It's a bit different. There's a little bit of a different nature to these animals there. Yeah, just a little bit, Anna. Just a little bit. You don't see many armadillos in Romania. No. Near to Romania, don't see many armadillos. How's it going, Rowan Rose? How you doing? How's it going, Blue Fire? How you doing? Also, goth was a phase. Adult me begs to differ. There was a 14-year-old obsession. Can't change the judging glares, but I'm happy with it. Oh yeah, exactly. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sat here in my fucking frills that I had when I literally got this shirt when I was about 14, 15. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one, friend. With you on that one. How's it going, Alexander Davenport, you beautiful human being? Oh, I'm going to give you a cheeky little shout out there. People go check out Alexander Davenport. Alexander Davenport is a phenomenal artist. And if you really like surreal shit, like surreal sense of humor, surreal artistic works, you'll fucking love Alexander Davenport. I love him very, very dearly, and I love his works. You know, most of the classic monsters played by Karloff and others, the movies were made by Universal. They certainly were. Yeah. Well, this is the exploratory journey, because I've always intended to watch them, but never actually done it. So I watched like Nosferatu about 5 years ago, and I fucking loved it. I loved it so much. The original black and white silent movie Nosferatu. I fucking loved it. It was so good. It was so fucking good. And yeah, I was like, oh, I'm going to go and watch all of the classics now. I'm going to go watch all the classic horrors. Like The Invisible Man, The Mummy, like the original Mummy movie, not the Brandon Fraser one with all of the bisexual awakenings, but like the original Mummy movie and stuff like that. I want to see all of that shit just to educate myself on the classic horrors. Do you know what I mean? And And I've realized how much I fucking missed out, how much I haven't seen, how many things in this day and age are based off those things that happened nearly 100 years ago now. Nearly 100 years ago, and they are still relevant today. The way that people portray, you say, speak like Dracula, everyone's going to go, I am Dracula, I want to suck your blood. You know what I mean? Like, that, they'll say that. That was Bela Lugosi from nearly 100 years ago, from 97 years ago. No, 93 years ago. Do you know what I mean? I want to see that shit. I want to educate myself. I want to understand where these fucking tropes came from. I want to understand where they all got, and naturally because of the fact that it appeals to the fucking goth inside me, you know? You know? I mean, more the treatment for hysteria kind of medicinal, but fair enough. Oh, yeah. The treatment for the hysteria was perversion. That's what it was. It was perverted doctors being like, oh, what's that? You've got hysteria? Oh, don't worry. We're just going to make you orgasm. Fuck it. Yeah. Yeah. But that's an entire thing we could go into, Althena. That is an entire thing we could go into. Christopher Lee was so angry about one of the Dracula scripts that he just refused to speak and did the whole movie just growling. That doesn't surprise me. I'm now going to have to go and find them all. You know what I mean? Love that Peter Cushing made so many horror movies before he starred in the non-canon Doctor Who movie in the 60s. I think it was him in the sequel too. I've got no idea about that one, Cassidy. No idea. I didn't realize that Peter Cushing was even in Doctor Who. Within stood a tall man, clean-shaven, save for a long white moustache, and clad in black from head to foot, without a single speck of color about him anywhere. Dracula, Bram Stoker. Sorry, Lynn, I found that hilarious because then when you look at Bram Stoker's Dracula, as in the movie with Gary Oldman in it, he's there with giant fucking princess wig going on, very, very old, wearing nothing but red. So much for it being accurate. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Keenan Wolfie, how you doing? It's before he gets more blood and rejuvenates himself. Yeah. I remember him being like old and then rejuvenate himself because he gets fresh blood and stuff like that. But I'm going to have to go and read it. I'm going to have to go and read the novel when I have the time to read, because that doesn't fucking happen. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to have to do it at some stage. I don't think it's particularly... It's not a long one, is it? It's not a long book, the original Dracula. Went to make some updates and stream crashed. Oh no, boo and here. So I hope you're back now. Remember seeing something that said Christopher Lee was a fan of Lord of the Rings and wanted to be Gandalf because they didn't want him for the role. He wasn't in the films at all. Oh really, Fish Pancakes? I'm surprised that I thought Christopher Lee wanted to be Saruman. I thought that was his whole thing. He wanted to be Saruman. But maybe not. I know that he was a massive fan of Lord of the Rings to the point where he read Lord of the Rings every year. That was like something that Christopher Lee did. Every single year, he would read Lord of the Rings again. He'd read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy every single year. It was like a tradition of his. So he was really keen to be involved in it. Your name is the same as a woman who pretended to be Anastasia Nikolaevna Romanov, even though she and her family were unalive by... Oh, really? Little tidbit of information there. There you go. Mike said, no. Apparently, Lee was promised the role by Tolkien. Oh, really? Oh, that's bad. That is bad. If J.R.R. Tolkien promised Christopher Lee the role of Gandalf when he was alive, and then he didn't get it, I can understand why he'd be pissed. Vincent Price on the hilarious House of Frankenstein was a kid. Was awesome. I don't know. Missed that one. I haven't seen that many. Like I said, I haven't seen many of the classics. So I'm trying to go through a whole load, like Mask of the Red Death and shit like that. They're all old Vincent Price ones, you know. Though Vincent Price definitely made the fucking pencil mustache look fucking exquisite. That cheeky little pencil mustache was amazing. Seen the cartoon, rather nice. Thank you. is because they couldn't legally use rats. Oh, really? So they couldn't legally use rats, so they were like, what else could we use that is rodent-like and is found near grave sites? Behold, an armadillo and an opossum.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Stupedia, you cheeky devil. Thank you very much for giving that sub to Cassidy. Friends, speaking of subscriptions, friends, there will be an advert in about 5 minutes' time. I will use that opportunity to tell you about things that are coming up in the stream. There you go. Boom. Done. Cassidy Weaver. I should now inscribe your name on the mirror of vein. By having your name upon the mirror of vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Good God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know? Yeah, now. Thank you very much for thanking Stupedia for that. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. This kind of cricket is very spindly, so expect some might mistake it for spiders. Oh, maybe. I can remember freaking random history facts like who Anna Anderson was, but I can't remember what I had for breakfast 2 days ago. That is ADHD. Boom, done. Do you know what I mean? Was that a real mirror? Yes, most certainly, Cademon. Is it Cademon or is it Kaidmon? Welcome on in, by the way. Welcome on in. Yeah, all of these are mirrors. You see them all? That's obviously not. But like, there's mirrors here. There's mirrors all over there. Mirrors all over here. We have 54 mirrors in the studio. 54 mirrors, and they're all covered in names of subscribers from this channel. We have been all of the we have been doing this for a very, very long time, and yeah, they're all, we've got covered in mirrors. Do you know what I mean? Galaxia Nova, how you doing? How's it going? You keep your mirror covered. It doesn't deserve your reflection. But then how do you see your beautiful visage? It's Cademon. I guess that wasn't too much help. Just let me know if I'm pronouncing it right or not. Is it Cademon? Or is it could be Kmon? Because of the way that, like, demon is spelled and shit like that. And fairy and stuff. Cademon? Or Kaedmon? Or Kaedmon? It could be any of these. Could be any of these. Yes, how would it see your face? How will you be able to see your own beautiful visage if you keep your mirror covered? You know? Well, yes. Oh my god. If you can spell it phonetically, that will help me. Welcome on in. How you doing? That's why you got off there. That's why you got off there. Exactly, right? Vampires could not see their reflections in mirrors because old mirrors actually had silver in them. Is that right? Oh, shit. Modern mirrors are fine, but old mirrors actually had silver in them, and that's the reason why vampires couldn't see their reflections. Well, shit, that I did not know. That I did not know. That also explains why in, like, modern things, you've got, like, people can still see vampires on movies. It's like, oh, I can still see it through the CCTV, so it's obviously not a vampire. And it's like, no, it's not that it casts no reflection. It's cast no reflection in silver. Oh, that's super interesting. How to type phonetic letters. Is it... I tell you what, let's go with one at a time. Is it Cademon? I'll wait for you to respond. That is, for some reason, Cademon. Perfect. Done. There we go. That's all we needed. First time in it. All right. That is apparently my theme today. Bum 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 bum. What is that from? Bum 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 bum.
Oh, you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
Cowboy Bebop. Thank you very much for the follow, you beautiful bean. Cowboy Bebop. Thank you very much, Dean. Yes, it was indeed Cowboy Bebop. Couldn't work out why that stuck in my head. I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop in years, but never mind. We'll go with it. It's kind of mean. Then you resurrect and you can't get up because of that nail. It's not very neighborly. The Homeowners Association will hear of this. Confound it. All right. Things I learned from Valenvane, right? Got Starstruck sound of it. Wouldn't expect Christopher Lee to be starstruck at all. Oh, wow, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. How does the mirror work? How do you mean, Lily Tope? How do you mean, you beautiful bean? The origins of zombies. Yeah. This topic summoned me. How's it going, Bluefire? Welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going? Interesting trivia about another classic scary villain. Witches were never depicted as green before MGM's adaptation of the Wizard of Oz novels. The Wicked Witch of the West wasn't even green in the books. That doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all. Though I seem to remember some of the old tellings of witches described them as off-colored, like they were like they were dead themselves. Do you know what I mean? Said very well, Zuini. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Thank you very much. If I get it wrong, just let me know. All right. The Oxford English Dictionary gives the word origin as Central African and compares it to the Congo word Zambi, God, and Zumbi, or Nzumbi, fetish. I know that fetishes, that like not the sexual version of fetishes, but the ritual version of fetishes are items themselves. You know, Rowan Rose, you beautiful being. Hello, how you doing? Additionally, Medusa was always depicted as having legs before Ray Harryhausen made her a snake below the waist in Clash of the Titans. That doesn't surprise me. She was a Gorgon. She was cursed to be ugly, to be so ugly that she turned people to stone because she had the audacity to be sexually assaulted in a temple by another god. It's the original story of her Medusa is horrific. Absolutely horrific. And do you know what? I was talking about this the other day. I was talking about this. The gods of ancient Greece were the absolute pinnacle of toxic behavior. They always blamed other people apart from the gods. They blamed anybody that I'm not going to have a go at my brother slash husband, so I'm going to punish these humans that got victimized by him instead. It was fucking horrible. Fucking awful. Awful things. You know? Sometimes innocent people were killed because people thought they were vampires. They were terrible mistakes. Oh my god, Max Wattage. Really? Really? Lily Tope, what were you trying to do with the exclamation mark mods there? I was told Goth was a phase. Exactly. I was told Goth was a phase. And then my dad, actually, when my dad first came in and looked at the house and was like, Jesus Christ, Valen, I wish we'd allowed you to paint your room black when you were a teenager. You would have grown out of all of this. And I'm like, really? Really? Not a fucking chance. I love this shit. Do you know what I mean? Shadow of the Vampire was fun. Have I seen Shadow of the Vampire? Is that the one with Eddie Izzard in it? Yeah, Willem Dafoe played Nosferatu. I don't think I have seen it all. That's another one I'm going to have to check out just because I know that Shadow of the Vampire is based around the making of Nosferatu, which is always fascinating. Sorry, mummy. Sorry, mummy. Bisexual panic money. Exactly, right? Also sexuality. The Mummy. The entire cast. Exactly, right? Bella was also Igor. But for some reason assigned the voice of Peter Law to him. Oh, really? That's interesting, Exoclass. I didn't know that. I had no idea. But then I haven't seen any of the OG movies. I need to go back and watch, like, actually watch Frankenstein and stuff like that, you know? Bear with me 2 seconds. Where's the thingy? There. Pour one out for Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman, I do not agree with a lot of Gary Oldman's political views, but Gary Oldman as an actor is one of the most phenomenal actors that has ever existed. Ever. There is yet to be a single role that I have seen him in that I haven't loved. I haven't seen all of his movies. I've seen a lot of his movies, and every single time he blows me the fuck away. He's he's unfortunately very, very conservative in his political views, but regardless of that, that doesn't deny the fact that he's such a fucking talent. Such a talented human being. That's my personality, is vampire history book stuff, and vampire erotica, BDSM, and then vampire money movies. I have like other 40% of my brain for like school and parenting, and that's fair. That's fair. I've got no qualms with this. I think that vampirism and that entire occult dynamic is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Do you know what I mean?
Kind.
Wait, is it today? 20 moons?
It's 20 moons! 20 whole moons you've given me, Warlock. And I keep asking you to put your ass away. I shall now inscribe your name upon the mirror of Vane. By having your name upon the mirror of Vane, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow, you know? Stupedia, is your beautiful mother there? Is your beautiful mother there? Yes, she is. All right. Stupedia's mother. Well, hello there. Well, hello there, you cheeky devil. Look at you coming over here. I hear that it was your 64th birthday a week ago, and I bet you look absolutely amazing. Tantalizing individual, you. How dare you look so unbelievably dashing, so unbelievably alluring at 64, my God. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Glorious birth-anniversary, you wonderful individual. I hope that Stupedia spoiled you rotten. Absolutely spoiled you rotten. You deserve it. You deserve it for bringing such an amazing, glorious individual like Stupedia among us. But look at you, you dashing individual. My gosh. Get me all hot under the collar. Damn it. Oh, what do you like? What do you like, you cheeky devil? Oh! There you go. There you go. Christopher Lee knew Tolkien personally, and Tolkien's blessing to play Gandalf. I had Tolkien's blessing, but what Tolkien was dead by the time that the movie came out, right? Or possibly not the first movie. There was an animated version of it, right? Lord of the Rings animated. Yeah, 1978. Lord of the Rings was animated. And William Squire played Gandalf. Yeah. Dracula Dead and Loving It was a fantastic Dracula movie, but not for realism. Oh, yeah, 100%. Dracula Dead and Loving It was fucking hilarious. But then all of those spoof versions are. Not versions of Dracula, just spoof movies. Hot Shots Part 2. Dracula Dead and Loving It. What was the other one? There was another one they do with I can't remember. Can't remember, but all of those ones. Robin Hood Men in Tights? Nope. Robin Hood Men in Tights is a different thing. I'm thinking specifically the actor, whatever his name was, that was in. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. My brain's now going gooey. It's too warm. It's actually a specific type or style of novel that was in the fashion at the time, telling story via written correspondence. Oh, really? That's interesting. I had no idea. Dracula is a terrible read. It's entirely letters. Yeah, I was about to say I'm of the persuasion that a lot of like first-hand stuff, because letters were so in, it was easier to have the correspondence because everyone could identify with it. Do you know what I mean? Everyone at the time could identify with it because they could read it as if they were reading letters themselves. You know, but I didn't realize that Dracula was written like that. Never knew that. That's interesting. Like letters and journals and stuff, that kind of thing. Well, shit. The only true Dracula for me will always be Nicolas Cage in Renfield. I've not seen it. I watched the trailer and I can't say it blew me away. You know. Wasn't also the style of Frankenstein written in. Oh, really? Was it? Again, not seen it. Mary Shelley was Frankenstein, right? That was 1938. Oh no, fucking hell. 1818. Maybe the movie came out in 1938. No, 1931 the original movie came out. 1818. Fuck me. I thought it was much later on than that. You know? Both were gothic Victorian horrors, but I'm speaking more about the epistolary novel. Which is specifically written as letters. I believe Frankenstein is normal narrative. Okay. I don't know if Lee was upset about being cast as Saruman, but in the DVD commentary, they talk about how he and Peter Jackson talked about it in depth, and he obviously agreed in the end. I mean, yeah, he obviously agreed in the end, regardless of the fact that he didn't play it. I think that was possibly his choice. He was like, either I am not in the greatest version of this series of novels that will ever exist, a novel written by a friend of mine and a novel that I read every single year, or I play Saruman. And if that's the choice, then you'd play Saruman. I'd certainly play Saruman. Do you know what I mean? People can generally remember what they ate for breakfast. I can't, but then I don't eat breakfast. So, actually, I know what I ate for breakfast today. I had pasta bake today because I couldn't concentrate on what I was trying to fucking do. And therefore, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go make some food. Didn't have any bread in, so I couldn't make toasties or anything like that. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to make a pasta bake. So I made a pasta bake for tea. For breakfast, even. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was fucking amazing. It was really good. You know? Get my bathroom mirrors facing the wall because dysphoria sucks. Dysphoria certainly does. It certainly does. But we must all remember, friends, that dysphoria is not the truth. What we see in the mirror, when you look in the mirror, as a human being, when you look in the mirror, the first thing that you see is little things that you don't like about yourself. When you see somebody else, the first thing that you see is the entire picture of them as a human being. Which is the reason why you always think that everyone else looks great and that you look shit. Because you look at other people like an entire picture, and you look at yourself by individual parts of horribleness. I'm not saying that that'll fix it by looking at yourself as an entire picture, but if you take a moment to take a step back, dress up in something that you genuinely feel good about yourself in, take a moment, take a step back, and look at yourself as an entire picture. Train yourself to look at yourself as an entire picture, and it may help. I'm not going to say it will, because I know that dysphoria hits very, very hard, but it may help. It may help. Because you all deserve to be confident in yourself. You all deserve to have that fucking self-confidence oozing out for you like I do. You know? This is just a jokey way I say keep it covered because of dysphoria. Uncover it when I need to, but it's best to not see the not me. I'm glad that you... That's a good way of describing it, Galaxia. Galaxia. That's a good way of describing it. It's best not to see the not me. Because what you see in the mirror isn't you. You know? Might be worth discussing that other thing that you were thinking of discussing while we're discussing self-confidence. That is a great idea, Jam Jabring. That is a great idea. Friends, I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to pause this momentarily, and we're just going to pop over to serious. Okay? Going to pop over to the serious topic. Friends, I'm going to take a moment, all right, while we're talking about self-confidence, and we're talking about dysphoria and dysmorphia as well. September is Suicide Prevention Month. It is Suicide Prevention Month, and I want to take a moment to remind everybody that no matter how alone you feel, you are not alone. That there are people that care about you. That it can feel very alien to believe that someone believes in you. And it can feel very bullshitty to hear people saying, just reach out. Just go for a walk. Just sit down and have a cup of tea. Don't worry, it'll all be all right in the end. Now, I say it all the time. It'll all be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. And it's true. It will. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy to believe in that moment when you're struggling. So I wanted to take a moment for the fact that it is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month to let everyone know that no matter how lonely you feel, there is always someone. And you need to remember to separate out what your brain is telling you versus what you know to be true. And this can be a very, very small voice. But what you know to be true is the fact that there is always somebody who cares. It might just be somebody in this community. You might not even know their faces, know their names. But there is always somebody who cares. And it is always worth just sticking it out that one more day. Just to be 100% sure. Just to be sure that what you're feeling is a perpetual feeling and not just a bad balance of chemicals in the brain. Not just your brain being cruel to you because of depression. Okay? So I wanted to take a moment to say that, because not everybody does have my confidence. And it was brought up by a wonderful person in this community earlier, and the mods let me know about it. And I did want to talk about it. So thank you very much to that person. I won't call you out, just in case you don't want to be outed. But I won't call you out. But thank you very much to that person. And thank you very much, mods, for bringing it to my attention as well. But yes, this is Suicide Prevention Month. So Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, I believe, is the official term, potentially. But regardless, there are a variety of different things. And it needs to also be said that there is... It needs to be said that not everyone is going to have answers. And not everyone is going to be able to help. But just because they can't help doesn't mean they can't be there for you. And that's really important. Because by being there for you, it shows you that they care. And that is worth everything. All right? Technically Cake, where the mods could do a link, I think !help. I believe it's still a command here. It's perfectly okay if the help is just existing on a call. Thank you very much, Jamdar. Yeah. No matter what you're facing, you deserve to be connected to help. So, yeah, friends, just there are some links right there. We have it automatically in the thingy, but !help. But yeah, just wanted to take a moment to throw that out. All right. Now we'll get back to it. I know there's plenty of people in this community that the DMs are open and stuff like that, but remember also to watch your own spoons as well. All you wonderful individuals who say your DMs are always open, I really appreciate you doing that, but make sure you look after your own spoons as well, all right? Because I am very, very well aware of what it is like to always be there for other people and be accidentally worn down because of always being there for loads and loads of other people and never there for yourself. So make sure you look after your own spoons as well. Okay? I love you to pieces, but just be careful, all right? Right, back to it. Thank you very much for Jam Jar for bringing that back to my attention. And yeah, I'm glad we could have that moment to just take a moment and focus on something that's really fucking important. Do you know what I mean? Really fucking important. Silver was considered sacred and pure, so it's repelling of the evil vampire. Yes, and that's also the reason why it repels like werewolves and stuff like that. Though the werewolf, maybe we could do that. Maybe we can do like a designated. Oh, do you know what? Fucking let's do that. So let's do throughout October. Let's do a mythos study.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Woo, 2 months. I'm an adorable Beyond.
You are an adorable bean, you beautiful Decimate. How you doing? 2 months? 2 months, you glorious individual. Timmy, I'm afraid that I do not speak anything other than English. If you could translate that to English, I will happily answer whatever it is that you were asking. Yep, thank you very much, mods, for deleting it. I only speak English. If you'd like to speak English to me, I'm more than happy to answer whatever question is you have, you beautiful bean. Decimate, I shall now inscribe your name upon the mirror of vein. By having your name upon the mirror of vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning. Look in the mirror. Oh, God, I look rough. But God damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? You know? Whoop. Cool. He called me daddy. Aw. Bless them. I don't know what was said, but I said you need to speak in English, and they said stuff again, and it was like, okay, we'll just delete it. Bye. See you in a bit. Yeah, I think what we'll do is that. We'll do that. So should we do every Monday? We could do that in October. Every Monday in October. There's 5 Mondays in October. Should we do that? Every Monday in October we'll go down, we'll do a deep dive on the different mythoses of things. We could do like vampires, werewolves, witches, demons. Vampires, werewolves, witches, demons. Oh, do you know what? I'm fucking mummies. Let's do like the old Egyptian mythical Mondays for the entirety of October. All right, we'll do that. I've committed. What are we talking about today? We've just been talking about like old black and white horror movies and stuff like that. If you go to Egypt, hit me up. Yeah, I'd be interested to know about, because I feel like a lot of the mythos around the mummy rising from the grave comes from Victorians getting hyper vigilant about ideas of curses and shit like that more than anything else, and them being like grave robbers more than anybody else. They were just openly grave robbers. You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, in the old days, the grave robbers would hide away. They'd be like, oh, we need to steal all of the delightful merchandise, the Egyptian merchandise. Yes, we'll do this. This would be wonderful. Whereas the Victorians were like, what's that? We're going to rob some graves. Quick, Archibald, there's a giant grave over there, shaped like a pyramid. I think we should rob it. What's that? You think it'd be disrespectful? Don't worry. They're not British. We don't care. That's basically what the fuck happened. That's basically what happened. So, yeah. We can talk about it. No worries. Thank you very much, Aristotle. I appreciate that. Sex educator, like a matchmaker or such? No, more just, Kate, more just talking about sex as a whole, as a subject. Like, talking about, like, the best ways to do it. Ways that people, things that happen that they shouldn't be ashamed of, like getting STIs or not being able to get it up and shit like that. Dynamics of that nature. talking about anal sex and sex toys and fucking everything. Like I love sex. Sex as a subject is a phenomenal thing, and I love it very, very, very dearly. So yeah, so you know, sexuality, gender, yeah, exactly, all that stuff. Big fan, you know. Vampire taking a selfie and being blown away by their reflection. Yeah. Well, by that law, they would be able to see their own reflection in anything that wasn't silver, you know. The way I see it is if I can see me not dressed as myself, not feeling myself, that's not me. That's fair. I like it, to be honest with you, Galaxia. I like it. I like the idea of not me, because if it's you are in there, but what you're seeing isn't you. And I like that, because what you're seeing is not the truth anyway. Because you're obvious, like, you are a beautiful person. It's not even, like, this isn't even a compliment, friends. I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. Because of the fact that we have lots of new people in here. Friends, you are beautiful. You do not have a choice over this fact. You are a beautiful human being. How do you work that one out, Val? Let me tell you, friends, because there are 7.5 billion people in the world, and every single one of those people has a different thing that they consider to be absolutely fucking beautiful. Aesthetic perfection. The things that I find beautiful are not going to be the things that you find beautiful. The things that you find beautiful are not going to be the things that I find beautiful. And that's all fine and dandy. And the reason why is because it means that no matter what you think, no matter what you think about yourself, no matter what you consider to be beautiful within yourself, you are beautiful. Because there will be people in the world that think that you are fucking stunning. And that everything about you is exactly what they're after in a person. So you don't get a choice. You are beautiful. Deal with it, you know? Deal with it. Which is definitely described as pale and often grey or ash-coloured. Yeah. Greco-Roman gods were assholes. Yep. Oh, God, 100%. 100%. I didn't really, but she was also hella petty. I'm here for it because it ain't fair. Val, which vampire movie do you like the best? Ooh, good question. I have a lot of time for Interview with the Vampire. I have a lot of time for Interview with the Vampire. I think the Interview with the Vampire is a beautiful, like the movie, not necessarily the book, because the book is different to the movie, and I've only read a part of the book because I just don't have the fucking time to read. But Interview with the Vampire, the movie, is beautifully gothic, beautifully romantic. It has some really interesting morality questions within it. Which I find really interesting and fascinating. Like the idea of if a vampire stays the same from when they are turned into a vampire, at what point do they become older? At what point do they lose their grip with humanity? At what point are they perceived as more than themselves? More than they were? Interview with a Vampire would be my first choice as well. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. Fucking, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Long time. But yeah, no, it was fantastic. It was really, really good. Do you prefer vampires, zombies in the spooky to be more horror-based or more action-based movies? Horror-based. Horror-based. I like creeping horror. I don't like in-your-face jump scares and shit like that. They bore me. Usually because I see a lot of them coming. But like creeping horror, that sort of eeriness that's just waiting around every corner, and you're like, ah! Like that shit I fucking love. That shit I fucking love. And I find that there is a dark romanticism around like vampires and shit. Zombies I kind of see in this day and age, zombies is just more of a survival thing than anything else. It's more of a survival thing. Whereas like post-apocalyptic survival zombies, do you know what I mean? Whereas vampires has a lot more mysticism, a lot more romance around it. You know? You know? What style of horror, though? Don't like slasher, more psychological horror. Lovecraftian vampire would be awesome. That's a crossing of genres that I'm not sure I'd appreciate. Just because I'm a stickler for things, you know what I mean? Also brings us down, also 22 years ago. Yes. Oh shit, yeah. Never even thought about that, Dean. Never even thought about that. But yeah, let's not. Let's step away from it all. Because yeah, it is something that happened. But anyway, onwards. Tolkien died in 73. What was the Lord of the Rings movie? The original animated Lord of the Rings movie was 78. Oh shit, John Hurt was in it as Aragorn. Well, fuck. Well, fuck. Did not know that. Did not know that. Anyway, on another note, something happened to Papa Emeritus the Fourth today or tomorrow. I'm not okay. Is it the new iteration? I have not kept up to date with the ghost lore. I will have to check it out in a bit. Anything from the Zuckerberg? Leslie Nielsen, that was the one. Yeah, Airplane. That was the one I was trying to think of before. Yes, A Naked Gun. Yes, those are the ones. Those old school ones. Yes, Les. Yes. Love this shit. Love this shit. Thought it was 1897. No, 1818 apparently was the words. Frankenstein. That one. You know what I mean? Both Frankenstein and Dracula were written in forms of letters. They're not that long. Oh, that's interesting. I thought that Frankenstein was different. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is widely considered to be the first horror novel. Really? I know that... Oh, I literally just typed into Google the first ever horror novel. The Castle of Otranto. In Western literature, the literary cultivation of fear and curiosity for its own sake began to emerge in the 18th century pre-romantic era with Gothic novel. The genre was invented by Horace Walpole, whose Castle of Otranto in 1765 may be said to have founded the horror story as a legitimate literary form. Well, shit. Well, shit. That is real old. I did hear that the Cabinet of... Ooh. I thought that the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari was one of the first horror movies, but I've just seen here, like, just typed in first ever horror movie, Le Manoir du Diable. Just a few years after the first filmmakers emerged in the mid-1890s, Méliès created Le Manoir du Diable, sometimes known in English as The Haunted Castle, in 1896. Well, shit. Memoirs of the Devil. I think it's The Manor of the Devil, as in as in a lordly manor. The Haunted Castle in British, you know what I mean? No shit. Provides you enough information to get the story, but does not lead you by the hand. Ah, okay. I regularly go past his ancestors' house, which is still a family, very big Catholic family. Oh, cool. Frankenstein can be argued the first science fiction novel. Never heard of it being the first horror novel. So, first science fiction novel, I suppose it makes sense with it being zapping and what have you. I'll tell you what, let's try it. First ever sci-fi. Ooh, not Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein is often considered to be the first science fiction novel. Voltaire was writing much earlier than Shelley, so does he deserve the title instead? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Frankenstein was the first English horror that we know of. But potentially. The story of how Frankenstein got written is hilarious and very topical. As my aunt put it, it was either write Frankenstein or put up with another boring threesome with Percy and Lord Byron. What? Oh my god. That is a story that I feel I need to know. I'd be worth discussing yes. I love myself and have confidence until someone starts trying to gaslight you. And it's like, ooh, maybe I didn't notice something when I left the house. I normally brush it off, but I get worse anxiety. Fair. Gaslighting is such a horrible fucking thing. And I have to say that there is definitely scenarios where I've been told that what I've been doing has been slightly gaslighting, and I didn't even realize it. And I've had to sit back and I've been like, what? Let me take a moment to work out what the fuck went on there, because the idea of gaslighting somebody is horrific to me, because it's so horribly manipulative. You know? Maybe Frankenstein, yeah. And to be fair, Frankenstein is exactly the same age as Vampire by Polidori, and it's just as survived as better. Oh, really? That's interesting. As someone who has been to that dark place, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna skip by all of the stuff that we have. We talked about with the serious topic there. Late shot by Ren is incredibly good and on point. I have a link, but I don't think they're allowed. You can stick it in the Discord. Yeah, stick it in the Discord, Sorenlin, for sure. I upload someone I'm paying. Oh, yeah, entirely fair technically. Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to catch up a wee bit. Means a lot. Oh, you're very welcome. Very, very welcome. I wanted to share that I'm living this currently and actually on a safety plan at working with health care professionals. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, Authentic Carter. Interesting one. Look at your European werewolf hunts. Yeah, the European werewolf hunts were pretty fucking intense. Rowan Rose, come here, cheeky devil. Come here, you. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky individual? I appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming by. I'm assuming that might be because you're heading off to bed now, but I appreciate you. You take it easy, you beautiful bean. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Sleep well. Daddy is a compliment. It certainly is to me. Yeah, Mythical Mondays. I think that's what we'll end up doing, yeah. How's it going, Divloy? How you doing? Hit you up with Egypt lore as well. Many mythical laws related to Celtic cultures and many Easterns. Well, this is the thing. I'm going to have to be really fucking careful about the Mythical Mondays and how we go about them, because I'm only going to do them for October. We'll do them for like one, and it's going to have to be something Halloween related. So it'll be like vampires, werewolves, mummies. Vampires, werewolves, mummies, witches. I suppose we could do zombies. And we'll like deep dive each one. And we'll look into them. And we'll be like, right, where are we going with this? Potentially voodoo, yeah. I mean, there is elements on that, but I want to make sure that I'm getting the right information and spreading the right information. Do you know what I mean? I think that'd be a fun thing to do together on Mondays. Do you know what I mean? I already had a lot of interesting things. I didn't know just now. The silver in the mirror was particularly eye-opening. Honestly, that is like blown my little mind. It makes sense though. It does make sense, because like you say, it's that purity thing. They don't get seen in silver mirrors because silver is so pure, or certainly was considered that in the Middle Ages. Isn't that the story of the Museum of England? One True Gribble? Yes, 100%. That's exactly what it is. The history of the British Museum. Let's go and do this. Fuck it, they're not British. What does it matter? That is basically the history of the entirety of the British Museum. Yeah. The issue with Norse mythology is that a lot of it is through a lot later Christian lens. Yeah, potentially. I don't know enough about it, you know. Queefing! What? Love a good bit of queefing, but what? Always happy to share this 25-year Egypt obsession with people. That's fair. Knowledge about ancient Egypt, Irish, Scottish, Manx law, culture, Gaulish law. Fucking hell. I'm so glad that we have such unbelievable, passionate people about these things. It's fucking great to see. Like, you're passionate about these things like I'm passionate about sex. You know what I mean? Both in the education and the practice, you know? The reason why humans found a lot of mummies where we have so few now, for it's an unwrapping parties. Yep, Cassidy. We actually talked about this in stream a fucking couple of months ago now. The unwrapping parties and the fact that there was also rumor that some people would eat them as well, for like rituals and occultism and shit like that. Gauging bells and stop people from rising if someone was buried in them. Yes, yeah, all of that stuff. A lot of the cages you can see over. It's interesting because some of the cages you see over old Victorian graves and stuff. Some people say, "Oh, it's to keep the bodies in," but actually, a lot of it was to keep grave robbers and vandals from getting to them. In ye olde days. I recall that the Chinese have their own type of vampire called Jiangxi. Yes, something like that was more a spectral ghosting. If I remember correctly, Nibirin, there are a variety of forms of Jiangxi. And this is me going back into things that I read when I was like a teenager. So I quite possibly have got this wrong. But there was a scenario where there was one Jiangxi that had it was like a human body, but it had like a snake-like neck. The fucking teachers from Little Nightmares 2, those things where the neck would just extend out and they would like drain blood that way. And there was other Jiangxi that were just heads, and the head would fly around on bat-like wings and like try and find decapitated bodies on which to make their own until the body got too rotten and they had to go off and find a new body. They would also feed. They wouldn't feed necessarily off blood. They would feed off life essence, like the soul, which I thought was really fascinating and interesting. But I would be hesitant about going down that route until I knew a bit more, you know. You know, don't think you've ever seen an Interview with a Vampire? Fucking great movie. Absolutely fucking great movie. If you haven't watched the Interview with a Vampire series, you absolutely should. Beautifully gay and beautifully told. Alright, okay. I didn't realize there was a series of Interview with a Vampire. Interview with a Vampire should be my first choice as well. Yeah. Remember the time that Lestat got a tan from trying to unalive himself and then he got into a better place after that? Yeah. That's Queen of the Damned movie, isn't it? Fucking ridiculous. Anne Rice did a good job with her vampire novels. Do not like the movie Queen of the Damned too much, but my favorite vampire book is The Vampire Lestat, which is based on Mayday. Yeah, so Queen of the Damned, the movie. So there was Interview with the Vampire, which is the book Interview with the Vampire, or based on the book Interview with the Vampire. And there was Queen of the Damned, which was an amalgamation of the vampire Lestat when he turns into a rock star, though in the book he's like a 1980s rock star, and Queen of the Damned. And then the problem with the Queen of the Damned movie was the fact that they spent 95% of their budget on having a fucking amazing soundtrack and then had fuck all left to actually pay for production and performers and shit like that. And it was just like, you know. The origins of it is also kind of awe. Taoist monks would reanimate a corpse and teach it to hop so it can hop home to be buried. If a person died far from home, we couldn't afford to be transported a car. Oh shit. Creeping Dread is the real Mist. Is a great example. Oh yeah. Mist was a fantastic movie for that. If you haven't watched any of the Vampire series, yeah. I actually haven't. I mean, Can we all touch your goth roots? I mean, why not? Let's go. Let's go wild for it, Senpai. How you doing? Welcome on in. So our first few episodes, need to watch more. So gay. Love it. Love to see it. Greetings and salutations. How's it going, Sage? How you doing? We're doing this lovely time zone. Doing all right. Getting in touch with my goth roots. My brain is melting. My brain, the heat has finally got to a point where I'm like, I'm struggling. So I theorize maybe the new Papa today, or that Papa Emeritus the Fourth could be. Oh, right, okay. I suppose it really depends on how far they're planning on going with the entire Ghost series. You know what I mean? Freaks was brilliant by Todd Brown. Never even heard of that one. Todd Browning. Don't know that one. I would argue that Ramayana from the 8th century BC had flying cities for mana that could go underwater and into space and destroy cities. Mr. Trilby, I mean, there's science fiction and then there's mythology. And if we start going down those routes where you're talking about the 8th century BC and shit like that, you are risking entering into those realms of ancient aliens. And that is a dangerous area because I've watched far too many of those episodes. I think it's fucking hilarious, but you know. So look at how Frankenstein was written. They had a writing competition between them and Mary Shelley won. Oh wow, that's hilarious. I love that. Could be religious, spiritual text of a novel. Yeah, spiritual text is yeah. Could still be no, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. The zombie part would tie in with voodoo. If we did zombies, yeah, we'd definitely have to talk about the voodoo element of it. For sure. There's a podcast on Spotify called Freaky Folklore that goes into different countries. Well, folklore, I quite like it. Do you know what? While I'm here, I'm going to do some promotion of a friend of mine. Friends, all of you should now go over and click. If you're on YouTube, click the subscribe button on this person here. This person is a friend of mine and friend of Chunks, the Resurrectionists, and they create YouTube videos based on old nursery rhymes. So all the rhymes that we would sing in the UK as children. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Humpty Dumpty. Which one's this one? And then the historical rituals of beauty and stuff like that as well. But yeah, they go into all kinds of stuff. They go into the origins of folklore. They did do one. Huh. That's interesting. I'm sure they did Jack and Jill at one point, but evidently it's not there now. But anyway, if you enjoy that, if you enjoy like the origin stories of stuff like that, then maybe it's worth going and clicking that cheeky little subscribe button on the Resurrectionists. Yeah, you know what I mean? Christianity fucked up so much I could write a novel. I'm not even particularly knowledgeable on the subject, just passionate. Oh yeah, Christianity has changed the vast majority of things as they. The thing that we need to remember in the world, friends, is that history is written by the victors. And due to excessive amounts of crusades, invasions, and colonizations, which is just another word for invasion, Christianity, or a country that believes in Christianity, has rewritten a lot of history to work in their favor. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Not saying that faith is a bad thing, I'm definitely saying that religion is a bad thing. You know? Mummies were the original unboxing shows. They certainly were. Defense against the body snatchers. Which on note, it's time to head me off. No worries, Shafiq, you take it easy. Oh, the cages were defense against body snatchers. That makes sense, actually. Thinking of yokai, which is what they call spirits in general. Oh, right, okay. I must have got my things mixed up, which is entirely fair. I do like learning things. Gotta love that Korn song. What's that new band that sound like Korn? Band that sound like Korn. Chaosium. Chaosium is a band that just they just sound just like Korn. Which, if you like that thing, fair play. Anyway, 1 was Interview with the Vampire, 2 was Vampire 3 was Queen of the Damned, the movie MASH 2 and 3, and not well. Yes. Yeah, that's what I remember. The ending to Mist was a real gut punch. The ending to Mist was, yeah. Been a long time since I've seen that movie. Been a long time since I've seen that movie. Yokai are Japanese, Yangshi is Chinese. Ah, okay. I'm mixing up my my Eastern understandings of mythos. My Eastern mythos. My bad to the people of China and Japan. I am getting confused. Friends, I'm going to call it there. It's been 3.5 hours, and I know that a lot of you will be going to bed now anyway. But also, my brain is turning into absolute fucking goo. So, friends, we're going to go raid somebody. But before we go raid somebody, could you do me a massive favor and throw out some mod loves in the channel? You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive thank you to those wonderful, wonderful moderators. Ancient Aliens is a guilty pleasure. Oh, yeah, 100%. It's a guilty pleasure for me, too. Only I don't have any guilt for it. I'm just like, this is hilarious. Mods, thank you so much for all that you do. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for everything you do in and out of the stream, you beautiful, beautiful beings. I really appreciate you all for being here and helping me out and helping me do the bits and pieces that I do. Do you know what I mean? The bits and pieces that I do. Let me have a quick look at who we can go and throw some love at. Let me have a gander. Ooh, let's do that. Ooh, how long have they been streaming? How long have they been streaming? Let's go raid this person. This person's a wonderful person. We haven't raided them in a long time. A long time. MZ just gone as well. Yeah, I was thinking of MZ, but MZ's only just started, and we did raid MZ not so long ago. I kind of want to spread that love around. Spread that sweet, sweet, tender love around, all right? Let's go raid this person. Friends! This person's a wonderful being. Every single time I've been in their stream, it's always been chill and relaxed, and they've had some interesting conversations going on. If you're a subscriber, please copy and paste the first raid message. If you are not a subscriber, please copy and paste the second raid message. That's the first bot of vanity raid message for subscribers. The second bot of vanity raid message for non-subscribers. Also want to make sure that I'm raiding somebody that isn't about to finish, because, you know, that is a big thing as well. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, friends. Ooh, spell their name right, Val. Come on. Let's go raid Mr. Kitten. Let's go raid Mr. Kitten. Mr. Kitten is a joyous individual, a very glorious human being who creates a nice, welcoming, glorious environment for all of her wonderful peoples, and genuinely just makes a nice thing, and it provides all of the cozy vibes and interesting conversation. But what I will also say about them is the fact that one of the reasons why I want to go over there is because they already have their Halloween decorations up, and that makes me happy in my little soul. All right, that makes me happy in my little soul. So let's go throw them some love. All right, friends, thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for the raids, the subs, the gift subs, all the cheeky little biddies. Thanks so much for the hype chats earlier and the donations, you cheeky devils. You've been far too fucking kind to me today. All right, you need to look at yourself. Take a moment to look at yourself and appreciate yourself, because you're fit as fuck. All right, let's go and throw some love at Mystic Kitten. Friends, I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. BST. That's 1 p.m. British time, where we will be playing some more Hollow Knight. It's been a while since we played Hollow Knight, so we're going to get back to some Hollow Knight tomorrow. Don't forget, on Wednesday, I will be playing Ad Infinitum for the wonderful developers who have sent me a free key the day before their release on Thursday. That is a horror game, so please be aware. Thursday is going to be a horror game. Wednesday is going to be a horror game, and I'll be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. as well. All right, I'll see you later. Friends, don't do anything I wouldn't do, because if I wouldn't do it, I'll fucking kill you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.